Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of All Quiet on the Serisian Front. As always, I'm going to offer one of the players an opportunity to earn an inspiration, rare and coveted though they may be. Who here wants to do a recap of the previous session?
I'm willing to try, but it won't be good.
Doesn't have to
I
be
could do
good.
it. I could do it with minimal details.
How
Okay.
about me and Dooch joint do it?
Yeah, we'll give her the inspo. She gets inspo.
Okay. Fair.
You got it.
Go ahead and give me a group attempt then.
It started with the tail end of the fight around the shattered Brahma, picking up the pieces of our shattered crew, learning that Razgar was officially dead, and retrieving the sole survivor of the Brahma wreck, who was some guy named Zed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Happen SOS.
yeah. There were some shenanigans getting that the hatch open via our barbarian. It was funny. I cried because it was so funny.
One
But
of
Zed,
one of the hits might have slipped and almost killed.
and almost
Ash.
put Ash into the dirt.
We
with
cried,
Razgar.
Ash almost died.
It was great. uh, Zed gets out of the thing, introduces himself. He puts his crew to rest with our help. We burn the bodies. We decide to. Zed tags along because he's part of the army as well. Why not? And we get in the Brahma.
We pieced up the Brahma to get parts,
Yes.
get some armor plates, shit like that, juice it up.
But we didn't decide to work in that exact spot because we were worried that the smoke in the air and that all of the noise would be a beacon for further combatants. Hello, cat. So we moved along a little ways and then settled down in a cove. But before that, we got a message from ground control, and they told us to go to, God, what was the name of the town?
Duskinvale.
Detailed.
Duskinvale. They said that Zed's old crew was tasked with doing that, and because Zed is a magic man, and all magic men can do the same thing, he should be well equipped to help us find a magical item that is in Duskinvale, although the town itself has been overrun for a few weeks, meaning it is going to be a dangerous operation. We said, okay, orders are orders, and carried on to look for a good spot to rest that evening and repair. Before we did that, we ran into some ghosts, which was spooky. There was a whole bunch of them.
Real slow.
There was a whole bunch, and they didn't seem to want to engage with us, which was great. But we backed off because we didn't want to tempt fate, and we'd already been sufficiently tapped of our resources at that point.
360 degrees and walked away.
So we backtracked a little bit, found a cove, and started a rest. It was in the beginning parts of that rest, I believe, that I think it was Joe heard somebody creeping around in the dark and then slipped in the mud because it was raining at that point. And we all engaged with this poor woman, this halfling woman who seemed delirious, exhausted, and injured. And she had a broken shackle. There was all sorts of crazy shit going on there. And while Zed tried to talk her down and convince her that we were trying to help, the rest of us acted like feral gremlins.
Not the rest of them. Just Ash and Joe.
Yeah.
Ash kitty climbed, sneaking up on this thing. Joe fucking tackled her and got stabbed.
Yeah. Let's
Ash,
not bicker about who killed who.
Richard was just wandering around in the dark going, God!
I really feel like we're not benefiting by pointing fingers at anybody. So
no.
ultimately we got her sedated, basically. Calmed her down. Somebody restored her.
I think Ash stabbed her with a needle.
Did you cast a... Did somebody... No, it was a spell. It was definitely a spell. It was like a protection against good and evil. Was that it?
No, I
Somebody
did
do
that
that?
against the ghosts.
It was... No, it was definitely Zed who cast
He did
it
something.
on her.
Somebody calmed emotions.
Yeah, you
that
did
what it
something
was?
magical.
No,
I
it was
can't-
protection against good and evil, and it kind of gave her a
It,
saving
like,
advantage.
Yeah, it like her glassy eyes kind of refocused and she seemed lucid once more.
Yes.
And we got her back to our little campfire, and spoke out with her, that she was from Duskinvale. She was a petty thief, locked up, but when the town was overrun, the sheriff of the town, being a good person, freed her, so she had a chance to get out before he was felled as well. And she gave us a little bit of information about a potential magic item. I believe it was at the pawn shop in town. Is that right?
Crown?
Yeah.
It was a crown of
Yeah.
some sort, and she thinks that if there's something in town that the army wants us to retrieve, it might be that. And she said she drew up a map and said that she would be able to help us coordinate the local area, because we're gonna have to go in there. And we finished the session.
You forget about the big part?
Which big part?
Grayscale?
Oh shit! It wasn't grayscale. It's
I forgot the name
Medusa
of it.
something.
I apologize, Echo.
What is it, Echo?
It's okay. I linked it. I wrote it in the chat, I think.
It's like 6 years ago.
Medusa's thing. Medusa's.
Are we talking about me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I rolled
Symbol of
another.
organism, I
Yeah,
believe.
organism. That's what it was. I rolled another magical STD, and this time it's afflicting Ricky. And it's not so easy as just stabbing it, which is very upsetting for Joe. So Ricky has been afflicted with something that can only be restored with high level restoration magic that is just not easily
You-
accessible
You
in this
told
time period.
Ricky that she has to get rid of her bear, and
I
she
did
burned
not.
it.
It was
Burned her
a
fucking
joke.
bear.
I
Her
did
childhood bear that she's
don't-
had.
Okay,
Probably
we
since
do
she's
not
been
know
a
if it's
baby.
her childhood bear. She should have gotten that last week for all
If
we
you
know.
made me burn this, I would stab you.
I didn't make anyone do anything.
You
I feel like
told
this
her.
is a very accusatory
Oh.
recap toward
It
me
feels very
specifically.
appropriate to the way Joe and Ricky would misunderstand each other. So.
It is 100%. Joe makes a joke. It doesn't seem like a joke. Ricky follows through with it. Shenanigans.
I am choosing to call STD now Serisian transmitted disease.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
That's funny.
That's hot. I
So-
like that.
It's
We ended the session with Ricky having to come to terms with the fact that she's gonna have to fight off this illness until we can find a cure. Ash said that he would try to get one from his dad, who is a physiker of some renown, or at the very least communicate with him on how a cure could be found. And we are moving towards Duskin Vale to accomplish what the Serisian Royal Guard has requested of us, which is retrieve this magic item and head to Stone
gonna
Hill. No, Stone.
I think we're gonna take a day to prep, and hopefully
Yes.
the rogue loses, the gnome or the halfling loses their exhaustion.
Yes,
or
we were
something.
gonna take a day to just get the Brahma fixed up, to recover our resources, to get the halfling woman in a better way than she was, and that's it.
Okay. Then, as we resume, it is early in the morning of the following day, but it does not seem any brighter, as it is cascading rain here. It does at least shine as the suns are rising through the heavily overcast skies. Allow me a moment to grant you some vision. Poor human can't see anything.
That
My
sounds like a
friends,
human.
I can see you.
Poor guy.
I'm just a dude.
Doing his best.
Yeah.
We're all very proud of you. And, Pen, you
Thank
have
you.
earned yourself a point of inspiration.
Yeehaw!
So, well done. That is the wrong soundtrack. I'm sorry. One moment. There we go. As you find yourselves in this clearing, which has been fairly secure, you haven't had any wandering undead here. At least, not last night. And this morning I'd like all of you to roll me perception checks as you are still climbing around the Brahma and getting yourselves ready in this nook that you've made for yourselves.
Mine.
That's 21.
And we've had a long rest. Is that
You can
true?
push
Yeah.
the long rest button. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my spellsies are back.
Oh my god, I don't know rituals.
I'm sorry? What rituals?
I don't know rituals.
Oh,
You don't
I
have
have-
any
I have a-
rituals, or you don't know?
I know I have spells that would normally be rituals, but I forgot sorcerers don't cast rituals.
yeah, you have to take a feat to be able to do that. It turns out sorcerers just don't have the patience.
No.
Weird.
You should just come to me immediately.
He's born with it. He's
Yeah.
born lucky.
And I have to put in effort.
try for this magic. Oh,
Gosh.
Don't you know who my dad is?
my dad owns a dealership. Come on. All right. As you recover, and Aaron is exhausted, but less exhausted than before, you see that she is at least moving with a slowness as she's recovered some exhaustion points, but she's no longer in dire straits as she was the night before. How do you guys prepare for the day, and you are aware that you need to be quiet?
I think we should set up lookout points.
Yeah, I can
Maybe?
do that.
How do you do that? Do you just stand out in the field?
I think trees are a good advantage.
Okay.
Joe would climb a tree.
Please indicate on the map where you are taking a lookout.
Let me see. I think she would get maybe right here. You see
I
what
was
I'm
thinking
pinging?
like
I do see where you're
triangulate it.
pinging. Go ahead and roll me in athletics as you climb the tree. The DC is a little bit
Okay.
higher because it's raining heavily.
Damn, athletics.
DC is 13.
I get a concussion.
You eat shit almost immediately.
Fucking mud.
Your hands are
fuck.
slick. The cleats in your boots just don't seem to take any bite into the bark. You don't even get 5 feet off the ground.
Can
You
I
just
kick the?
If I see that happen, I'll run over and like create like a lift without even like
Thank
saying anything. I'll
you.
run over.
You provide the
Right,
help
like,
action by
push
boosting
that.
her. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll me athletics again, Joe, at advantage because you have aid.
That's a lot better. You just vault me right up.
Yeah. Most of the lifting power comes from the barbarian
Battered mud,
hurling
though.
you up the tree. But you get up onto the higher branches. You are 15 feet up off the ground in a vantage point. If you wish to get higher, it's going to be another athletics check.
Can I take out a dagger to use as like a stab into the trunk and get some grip?
Yes, but it won't really make any difference to your check.
Okay.
Because the tree is slick. The bark is slippery.
Sure. She'll look down at where Ricky is on the floor and she'll be like, okay, I'm going to try to get higher. If I slip, please catch me.
Do you have a climber's kit?
No, that would make sense.
I actually do. I don't have a climber's kit. I have pitons and ropes.
Piton? Pythons? It's
No.
They're pronounced very many different ways.
No, I sure don't. I sure don't.
Okay. That just means if you don't have a climber's kit, you cannot anchor yourself, and therefore, if you fail an athletics check, you will fall out of the tree.
That's fine. I got a Ricky. Safety net.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me another athletics check as you get higher in the tree. DC's still 13.
You're gonna get that disease, right?
God damn it, that's a 10.
Okay.
shit, just the-
You fail the
shoot
athletics
face.
check, but you do not fail it by more than 5. So you do not get higher, you do not fall out of the tree. You stay at the same level you're at.
I'm gonna try one more time before I give up.
Okay. Roll it.
There we go. I just needed to stretch before I did this.
You are now 30 feet up in the tree. It's going to give you advantage on perception checks as you try and keep lookout, which is going to help because the obscuring rain gives you disadvantage.
I give Ricky a thumbs up from where I'm at, saying I'm good now.
Ricky, what are you doing now that you've helped her up into the tree and you find yourself away from the camp? Do you have any plans?
No, I don't. I think I'm most useful just going back to the Brahma and carrying, helping get things set up if I need to.
Okay.
Make soup.
Zed, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
I am proficient with Tinker's tools and all that stuff, so I was gonna help set up the Brahma, like help repair it.
Okay,
With
so you're
Ash.
helping Ash. All right. Ricky, what are you doing?
You already asked Ricky.
Sorry, Richard. What are you doing?
That plan isn't gonna work because it's raining and it's loud. I guess Richard will also be kind of the sneaky, perceptive one. So if you've got the north covered, I guess I'll hop down there. I don't
Okay.
know if I'm gonna embarrass myself by trying to climb a tree.
Joe
Yeah.
already slid down into the mud. You're gonna be
I got,
fine.
All right,
rope
Richard. You're
fit
taking.
Joe if you want them.
Yeah, I also have a rope and some pythons, and I don't think I grabbed a grappling hook because I'm dumb. No, I didn't. Damn.
Okay. So you cannot aid yourself in climbing up, but you can anchor yourself once you get up.
Right.
If
So,
you'd
yeah.
like to climb a tree, it's going to be an athletics check. The DC
Yeah, I
is
could
still
fail one of-
13.
I can fail one of those for you.
You
Oh,
did not.
I barely did it.
With a -1, you just made it.
It's rough, but you get up the tree. You are 15 feet up off the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna stop there and kind of tie off a little bit so I can kind of like lean if I
Okay.
need to.
You have negated not the disadvantage that you're going to have on perception checks because of the heavy rain, but you have negated your limitations of not having dark vision as a human.
Take it.
Yeah, so you can see at least, which is a benefit. As the two people who are on lookout, I'd like you both to roll me perception checks. Richard, you're at disadvantage.
Will do.
God, well, it's not amazing. 15.
Not bad.
18 and 15. Okay.
He did better than me. Fuck.
I know, life sucks. As you're up in these trees and you're looking around, you see that there is movement in the forest. There's always movement in the forest, but none of it seems to be heading directly towards your camp. At least, not as if they're driven that way. Occasionally, you see trees shuffle as small groups of likely undead bump past them, but none of the movement seems to be quick enough as if there is something in a frenzy or on a hunt. You think you're safe for now. All right. Ash, Ricky, and Zed. The three of you are going to work together to repair the Brahma. This is going to be a hell of a thing. You have some parts that you've acquired from the other Brahma. You have some good armor pieces to replace. And you have a sensory array that gives you guys advantage, basically gives you magic resistance when you're inside the Brahma to install. Additionally, you have a few crystals that you've acquired that you wanted to install as well. Am I missing anything?
I thought we already installed the 2 functioning crystals when we were trying to get the
Did-
hatch out.
Two
Oh,
crystals.
You
We
removed
did
them.
I removed them. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
You have 2 functioning ones and 1 cracked one.
Right.
Installing crystals, you're going to have to remove the defunct crystals that are currently in the Brahma's mounting points.
Yeah. Okay. I guess first things first. Let's get this thing powered.
Okay, give
At
me...
least to almost full. What do we need to check? Because I have help from Zed.
You have help from both Zed and Ricky. Ricky, I need you to roll me a dexterity check just to see how helpful you are. Because you
Okay.
are, unless you are proficient in Tinker's tools, your aid is basically going to be of the labor kind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would be the strong person here, and if it ends up not having any work for me, I'd probably go like try and be hospitable to Aaron. But you said just a flat dexterity.
Yes. $10. The DC was 10. You grant a 2 bonus to these checks that Ash and Zed are going to be making. So, Zed, with your proficiency in Tinker Toys, Tinker's Tools, Ash, I'd like you to roll me a Tinker's Tools check with advantage plus 2.
Advantage plus 2. Let's see.
You are
Okay.
hot micing, Keesby.
Oh, I am? Sorry.
Where did my Tinker Souls go? Okay. Is this intelligence plus proficiency plus 2? Is that
Yes.
okay? Doop.
that a burrito?
Okay.
It's a gyro.
Just as good.
Oh.
A 19.
No.
You successfully remove the 3 defunct crystals from the Brahma's mounting points.
Okay.
Whoa.
You did not roll a 20, however, which means I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm proficient in this.
That's good.
19.
Okay,
25.
that makes a difference. You take half of 10 points of lightning damage.
Okay, so 5.
Yeah. You are electrocuted. Every time you remove one of the crystals, it shocks you. It's annoying, it's painful, but it's successful.
Okay. Alright.
Hey,
Sounds
let me
good.
give you a little bit of help there in case that happens again. I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna touch his shoulder and I'm gonna what is this? Fey gift hospitality. You and the creature you help gain 1d6 plus 3 temp hit points. So
Okay.
when I touch you, what you feel throughout your body is for a second you can almost hone in on this chaotic energy in you, and it almost stills for a second. And you feel just a calm overflow your body. So we got, I didn't mean to click that twice. First one. 7 temp HP for both of us.
Okay.
You got this, big guy. Calm hands
beans.
goes a long way.
Okay, next
Thank
is
you,
to
thank you.
install the crystals. So it's the same roll.
Okay. Wait, did that add the +2 on the? It did. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
21. You don't get electrocuted.
Sweet.
The crystals set into their placings not easily. It's a finagling business to get them to fit. And there are these copper contacts that you are wary of, as every time you even came close to touching them, the electrical arc was jumping from them to your fingertips. Farther than you thought it likely should be able to, which is why it was frustrating. This time, on the second go-around, you are aware of the magical nature of these contacts, and you insert the crystals carefully and patiently. Do you insert the fragile one?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just gonna keep that in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Last ditch effort.
Which means you have 5 crystals powering the Brahma.
Doesn't want to risk it.
That's fair.
All right. What's next?
Looks like
I guess
we,
I'm leading this.
How about we
the-
get that protective aura going up? That thing is quite useful. It's the only reason I'm still alive.
Let's do that.
Okay, so this Brahma was not built with the intention of mounting this in, so you're going to have to add some Banasite wiring into the interior of the Brahma. You have the tools to do it, and you have the know-how, but it is going to be a roll.
Okay.
It is going to be the exact same roll that you've just rolled, so...
All right.
Ooh.
Also, it's taken you an hour to install the crystals.
That's fair. Oh God.
Roll me a con save.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
With the high perception checks, Richard and Joe, you hear, and then you smell just burning fur coming from the Brahma. Ash, you do take some lightning damage as your wiring attempt fails.
18.
You take 24 points of lightning damage halved.
Ash's fur is just singed and poofed.
Long wire, my friend. But okay,
Okay. Well, I'm not rolling well.
let me let's get a little pep talk going. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder again. I'm gonna give him one more faint touch, temp HP. So you're gonna get 6 temp HP.
Right.
That wire you don't grab, that is the grounded wire. That will shock. Okay. Avoid that colored wire. You got this. I'm gonna give him a little
They're
pat.
all blue.
Feel that. They're all blue.
All the wires are blue. There's no.
No.
They don't have color-coded plastic
They
coatings yet.
Yeah, they didn't color coded shit. Okay.
All right. So, is this thing not installed yet?
It is definitely not installed.
Okay.
You failed to
we'll
install
try.
the wiring that would connect it to the batteries. So,
We're
Try
gonna try
again.
you can try again.
You got this.
All right.
Calm hands.
Who doesn't love a crispy kitty?
Please, let's go. Oh my god.
Double.
A 17. You successfully install the wiring harness. However, you need to make me a con save.
You got that temp.
Yeah.
I'm running low on those already.
Yeah.
A 9.
Okay, you
Yikes.
take
What the
you take
fuck?
9 points of lightning damage. The Brahma, as you've heard from the garages, is painful to work on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Uh,
Quite a bit easier on the one we had. Jesus.
You
I
don't
am
believe
going
him.
to-
No insight check needed.
Yeah,
Tight check.
you don't believe him. Brahmas are famous for electrocuting the mechanics who try to fix them when making field repairs or working on them in the field. It's why most Brahma repairs are done in a garage with the Banasite power removed.
All right. I am gonna wrap my fingers from the electrical burns that I've gotten.
You gonna heal yourself?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude! Come, please.
You heal for 16?
That's
All
good.
right.
That's a lot. I mean, that's
That's
better than a
so
cure
good.
wounds.
Yeah, it is. It's better than like a level 2 cure wound.
But he can only do that to himself once per long rest, so
Yeah, exactly.
he's immune to
Oh.
it for the rest of the day. Okay.
All right.
Next, you have successfully created the electrical mounting for the sensor array. Basically this magically resistant protection. It's like a lining that is magically projected inside the Brahma. And it requires at least one battery to be powered for it to work. You have 5, so you're good. However, if you're in combat and you use all of your battery's energy, it will turn off. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll me a Tinker's Tools check. This time, the array is heavy. And, Ricky, I need a strength check from you. It's an awkward angle. It has to go up underneath the cannon. So it's not athletics. You are basically doing an acrobatic stretch here, holding it in place for him. 12. Okay.
Drop it on Ash.
So you're shaking a little bit as you're holding it in place, which would provide disadvantage on the check for you, Ash. But you have Zed's aid, so it's just a straight roll.
Okay. No +2.
No more +2. It's just Tinker's Tools with advantage.
I'm
That
just
was
out
so
here-
close to a 1, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just out here micromanaging.
Okay.
Hold
Is
that.
that his backseat repairing?
Hold that.
Okay. Please, someone.
Yikes.
Please, someone. This is ridiculous.
I worked really hard on getting this.
It's a strong
Inspiration.
type, too, by the way.
That is a failure.
Fine, you can have my inspiration.
Okay, roll
It's
it
my
again.
only one, so you better not fuck this up, class.
Okay.
There
natural
you
20.
go.
It was
Natural
worth
20.
it.
Tired of being electrocuted by this fucking Brahma, you, despite Ricky's shaky hands, you manage to get the wiring harness placed into the right connections on this array, and you get it bolted into place. As soon as it is bolted into place and you manage to connect the power, you hear this almost comforting of this array emitting a field of protection inside the Brahma, and it smells a little bit of roses.
All right.
Nice touch.
And burnt
Smells
cat fur.
nice.
It does smell of burnt cat fur inside the Brahma as well, unfortunately.
What mechanically does this do for us in this? Does it just...
If you are inside the Brahma, and you, like if you're in and the hatch is open and you're doing something, or if you're inside the Brahma and it's closed, any magical effect that would affect you whilst inside the Brahma, you have advantage against on saves. Additionally, any magic damage that you take whilst inside the Brahma, like thunder or lightning, is halved.
Cool.
Wait.
It grants you
Alright.
magic resistance. That's what it does.
Nice. Sweet.
Okay, so for this next, it's the extra plates for the armor.
Okay, so these are smithing tools to install.
I will create some.
Sure, it takes you an hour.
Yes.
It has taken you 2 hours to install the wiring in the sensor array.
So we're given the repairs a day, so
Little lunch break, maybe? While you get the tools ready?
I need
Sure.
another perception check from our lookouts. Which means, again, Richard, you're at disadvantage because
Are you? God damn it! Oh wait! Oh no, I'm a flat roll. God damn it!
that's a
Joe is
natural
looking
one.
at the gem in her hand. She's a little
Are you?
distracted. Yeah.
Okay, roll me a charisma save.
Oh. I did this to myself. My charisma save is a -1.
Oh, I accidentally rolled that with advantage.
Pretty
but it was a
Good for me.
14 and a 15.
Yeah, it's no wonder
15
you're
to 13.
you're distracted. Richard, yours.
Technically, that's too lower because I hit advantage instead of disadvantage. But
Okay, so it's a
13
20.
on the die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You're paying close attention to everything going on around, and the occasional loud from inside the Brahma does not seem to have been loud enough to attract any attention out here in the woods. However, as they are pulling out armor plates, you imagine it's going to get a little bit louder here soon. Joe, with that charisma save of a 13, which is a failure,
That's pretty good for me though.
your perception of an 8 on a natural 1, you don't notice anything. And it's
Really
because
pretty.
you are too enraptured in the visions that seem to be crossing over your mind. It's almost as though you're daydreaming. And you're looking out onto a starry sky that seems to stretch out in front of you and below you in all directions.
Like LSD, but it's in my hand.
Kind of, except it's replacing the terrain around you.
Woo!
It doesn't even seem out of place to you. Seems like this is exactly what should be happening.
This is why Rasgar was so weird.
Sure. All right. Okay, so Ricky and Zed, you're going to be aiding him, not in making the tools, but in installing these armor plates to restore the Brahma's hit points to maximum. It's going to take some time, and it's going to require an athletics check from Ricky.
Which, since these are heavy, I will go ahead and use this for the next hour. You will have advantage as I cast Enhance Ability on you. Basically, just giving you a steroid supplement.
Zed, are
Give
you
Ricky roids?
Yeah.
Zed, are
Okay,
you
I'll just-
proficient in the Smith's tools?
Nah.
Okay, Zed, you can't really offer assistance here.
No, not really. But I can give enhance ability to
Yourself.
No, to you.
Or me. Oh, okay.
Okay, so you provide advantage on. Well,
Burn a second.
Smith's tools are a dexterity check.
Oh, yeah, I need that.
Okay.
For sure.
So I will give the cat's grace.
To the cat, that seems fitting.
The cat's grace to the
So
cat.
you could technically jump out of a tree if you want.
I suppose you could do that.
I wish I had that.
So yeah, as I see you kind of do whatever you do on that end, I'm gonna touch you again, give you a little pep talk. Know that shock kind of got you all a little wiry, so keep you a little bit alert and calmness of mind. Just kind of, you feel the chaos, just all of that extra energy in you kind of just dissipate. You look down at your hands and they're steadier than they have ever been.
Oh, okay. This feels good. Let's go. And you have Bull's strength, so your carrying capacity is doubled, Ricky, and you have advantage on strength checks.
Did you shoot her with steroids?
Okay. I did 10 flat
No, it's
rolls,
just a uphill.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Ricky, the first,
so I got a 21. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the second one you rolled was a survival check. Did you mean to do that?
No, I don't know why that was. Thank you for catching that.
Me.
Man, what am I doing? Athletics.
yep.
So 21 or
Jeez.
a big one.
27.
Yeah.
27.
I love it.
All right. So with Ricky as your very suitable, basically, vice holding pieces in place, the first thing that you need to do is remove the armor plates that are dented, damaged, and ruined on the outside of your Brahma.
Yeah.
This is a Smith's Tools check at advantage, so go ahead and roll me dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay. Have any? Oh, stealth. Advantage. Okay.
20. Yeah, simple enough. Remove the armor plates are much hardier than the electrical systems inside the Brahma. And using the Smith's Tools, you cut away the ruined pieces of armor, and they are heavy, but Ricky is ready to catch them. And each armor piece weighs 150 pounds easily. It's very thick iron that's basically not reinforced, but lined with brass pieces that seem to let them interconnect easily. And as you cut away at the brass, they come loose, and Ricky, you set them aside without making too much noise with that 27 on athletics check.
Nice.
Richard, you're actually surprised at the lack of noise coming from them.
I was gonna say,
They're
say,
doing
I'm
metal
very
work
impressed.
quietly. Yeah. All right. One more.
Smart yet?
I need another smithing tools check. Again at advantage.
Okay, 18.
Okay, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes. This is a temperamental machine.
You're working with heavy metal.
Oh no.
What a great movie.
4.
You get... Is it a great movie? You get the pieces
I like
installed smoothly. You restore the Brahma's hit points, not quite to maximum, but close. And you come out with several crushed fingers in the process.
Ow.
You take 6
Our-
points of bludgeoning damage.
Our poor kitty cat is the
Okay.
punching bag of this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been sitting back.
6 points.
micromanaging.
6 points.
Okay.
You have lots of little pinch points and blood blisters on your fingertips. They hurt. They hurt a lot,
Mhm.
but you're okay.
That
Okay.
one looked like it hurt quite a bit.
It's alright. Ah. Okay.
The Brahma now has 200 hit points.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It has taken you 6.5 hours to get the Brahma up to where it is now.
And we started early in the morning, so it is lunchtime.
Yeah, it's about 1.
Well deserved.
Okay. Well then, let's get some lunch, and maybe we can think about scouting out the town. No?
I'm in a tree. I can't comment.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely get a little scout going ahead of time. I think we need to keep it prepped, though, and try to stay out of the eye as much as possible. We don't want to fight we're not ready for.
I agree.
Well-
Richard,
wait,
I'd like another
no.
perception check, please.
will do.
Not Joe?
Not yet.
Gotcha.
At disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Oof. Yikes.
The one time it betrays me.
Don't worry about it.
Really should have given them goggles.
It's not dark. Well, it is dark, but it's not infecting like those who have limited dark vision. It's raining heavily, which is obscuring.
Gotcha. Yep, that makes sense.
And hard to hear over.
We want to call them back to have some lunch, kind of prep. Talk
Sure.
strategy.
Yes, let's do that.
Pull one at a time, maybe. I don't mind. I'll go. I don't know if I can get up in that tree, but I'll go take watch in place.
Joe, roll me a perception check, please.
Gotcha. Waffle. That was a really cool job,
Waffle?
guys. 11. I rolled waffles.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay. A lot better. I'm not talking, at least. 24.
Hold on. Yeah, no. Okay.
Don't worry about
You don't see anything, and nothing seems to see you.
Great! If you all die, I'm gonna sneak away, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Actually, before you go, I can actually talk to him long distance. 1 second. And he'll take out like a little microphone piece, and it's basically a message to Joe. Hey, repairs are done. It's lunchtime. If you want to come back.
If I get out of this tree, Ash, I'm not getting back up in it. If you want to keep watching, I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay then. I'll call back Richard, and we'll talk. And I'll just keep messaging you like this and telling you what we say.
Right.
All right, let's go get Richard because I can only link with Joe right now.
We'll go over towards his tree.
Roll me a perception check.
The watchers are not doing a good job.
Nope. You have given us so many chances.
Okay. You're just strolling. You're not. Okay.
I am looking, but thematically with the 10, kind of.
Yeah.
We're safe. We got watchers.
What's your passive stealth? Like if you're just walking along, what's your stealth bonus?
+5.
Okay. Zed, as you're making your way by this tree, I need you to... Well, no. It just has full surprise on you. Suddenly, an undead creature lashes out at you.
Ooh, shit. That does not look like a happy boy.
Does a 14 hit you?
No.
I didn't think so. Well, roll me a quick Arcana check as you recoil from this horrible entity that seems to be made of shadows, surges up
Holy
from
fuck.
behind this tree.
Oh my god, it rolled off a 19. 7.
You don't know what this is, but it seems to want to kill you. Let's go ahead and get initiative here.
Fuck, I'm gonna
Yikes.
cast Gift of Alacrity on myself too earlier.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Not good, not good.
What's oh no?
It did the shift on the
You
foundry.
just have to reload. Just
Yeah.
reload.
It didn't do that to me, which I'm grateful for. It did do it to Vinny the camera guy. But it's fine. Vinny the camera guy doesn't need to see initiative order.
Do I roll initiative?
Oh, you don't know this is happening.
Cool. I'm just chilling with
Don't worry
my
about
gem.
it. Yeah.
This is great.
So far, Ash is going first. Ash, you suddenly hear Zed go, whoa, as something slashes out of him.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You see pouring through the rain and an undead entity. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay.
Also, this music is not appropriate for this.
Ah, 16.
You recognize that from briefings. You've never seen one yourself. It's a specter.
Oh,
Terrifying.
okay. What do I know about it? Just that it's a specter, or
You know that it is a specter. You know that it is a undead soul that can sense life. You know that it is either raised by another undead, or it is basically created purely of magic that a lost soul has been bound to.
okay.
Poor guy.
Good. Okay, I guess I'll kick this off with just whipping out that long, slender rifle, pump it with a little bit of fire solution, and we're gonna firebolt.
Okay, roll your spell attack.
Okay. Aw, 10.
10 does not hit.
No,
It's a 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes.
And 10 damage.
10
I thought you
damage. Okay, got it. Yes, you hit. The specter recoils from the flames, and it seems to vanish.
Oh boy. It's always a good
Uh,
sign when it disappears.
Okay.
Not stressful at all.
Oh, we're not stressing, Richard. We're hanging.
What's the halfling's
Richard-
name again? Did we get her
Aaron.
name? Aaron, get in the Brahma now. And
Uh,
I will jump in the Brahma.
you've alerted her to what's going on. She will now roll initiative. Okay. She goes right after you, so as you finish your turn,
Okay.
she will follow you and climb through the hatch that you did.
Grab that crossbow. Maybe you can help out. You're pretty good with that blade, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm alright. And she picks up
Alright.
the crossbow. Let me add a crossbow to her inventory. Hold on. No. Calm down, Foundry. Calm down. This is just a typical crossbow that you're pointing to her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So a light crossbow. Let me pull up her inventory. There it is. Okay. Next. Ricky, it's your turn. You saw him get attacked. You don't see the enemy that did it.
Yeah, I'll just run in that direction, because that is what I do. But I'm not gonna get so close that we're like both easy to catch. So
Sure.
maybe something like this.
Okay.
I'll ready in action so that if anything gets close enough to me, I'll just whack at it with my axe.
Okay. Well, next it is the Spectre's turn. It appears right where Ash was standing. And now that Ash is in the Brahma, it doesn't make any noise. It just turns toward the Brahma, and that the hatch is closed, it will then drift to the next entity it sees that is alive, which is you, Ricky. And it's going to attack you.
And I take it it's from behind, so I don't get to use my ready to action.
You can absolutely take your ready to action. There is no facing in D&D.
Okay.
My dice strike again. That's an 11 to hit. So go ahead and take your attack.
Yeah, so that does not.
No, that doesn't hit anything.
That hits more of that or mage armor.
Sorry, I had to find my weapon again.
No worries. Hopefully it's in your hands.
Yeah. That's right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Bajillion times now.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Roll damage.
You roll so good on damage.
Yeah, the Spectre suddenly seems to burst in a cloud of shadow and dust, and it is destroyed.
Nice.
And combat is over.
Joe, I feel like we're doing a real good job keeping a lookout
Yeah,
here.
it's all quiet on this Serisian front.
Motherfucker, I don't even know where that thing came from. These shits are just sitting out here everywhere, huh? I say that.
Ash is gonna poke his head out, seeing that the threat is over. He's gonna message Joe. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? We just got attacked over here.
Well, sorry, which part of the clearing am I at? The north?
Yeah.
You're up here. You chose where you are.
Yeah, I know. So why would I know where something's coming from the south?
All right.
I'm making my way to Richard. Richard, we got specters coming from the trees. Keep a fucking eye out. I think they're invisible, so I don't know how much of a help that's going to be. Maybe we group up.
Richard goes, they're in the trees, and kind of like eyes dart back and forth between Zeb and the tree he's tied to.
Motherfucker jumped down from the tree on me. I didn't even see him.
Cool.
Just a heads up. I'm going back to the Brahma.
All right, Richard, make sure his slip knot's ready where he can like pull it and get out if something comes out of the tree.
Do you want me to kind of stay close? You need some help?
I mean, I could probably make it back to the Brahma pretty quick if something came out of this tree.
Okay. I'll stay relatively close. I'm gonna kind of post up under this, I guess, and keep watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Under the tree that I just got attacked from.
Roll perception at disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's raining men.
It's raining, man.
Hallelujah.
I rolled decent.
Hallelujah.
I rolled decent.
You did roll decent.
14.
You don't see any other specters. As you're looking around, the rain coming down, it is blocked by the canopies, which does make it a little easier to see from underneath the trees. You don't see any movement directly in front of you or near you. However, you can't see that far into the forest from here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of go over towards Ricky. I'm starting to think if we got all our work done, we might want to switch locations. I don't know, get the group together.
Sounds good to me.
I'll get Richard. Let little kitty and them know.
Okay. So I'll head back to the Brahma.
Meow.
Rich, I think we're gonna try to reposition. Want
All right.
a little help getting down there?
I should be okay if I remember how to do this.
No problem. I'll wait for you.
Richard's gonna kind of leave a python in here to kind of use as like a lever and kind of like have the rope on either side and just lower himself so he doesn't have to climb.
Okay. So you are sacrificing a python for the cause.
I'm sacrificing a python for the cause.
Okay. You safely get down without hurting yourself.
Cool. I'm down to 9.
Pythons?
9 pythons.
Why do you have so many pythons?
10. I get 10. They're in like the
They're probably
not
the second story
burglar
artist.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, the
I have 10 too.
whatever
You have an
Standard
explorer's
issue.
pack or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Military
Dungeon.
issued.
Delvers or something.
Parisian Guard issued pipe.
Yeah, I also have a bell and some string, which I was going to use to tie somewhere. I'm like, we're not going to hear this over the rain, or it's just going to rain constantly.
Yeah.
Let's get on over.
I was gonna say, if I get back to the Brahma, I'll like wave at one of the windows or whatever, so Ash sees me. Like open the hatch, right, and be like, Zed thinks it's a good idea to move. Can you tell Joe, or do you want me to go get her?
No, I'll tell her. So message again to you, Joe. All right, come on back. We're going to relocate since we just got attacked.
Is some gonna come get me? 30 feet up.
Be careful.
Or you could send Ricky to help me down.
Ricky, can you help her get down from the tree?
Sure,
You didn't
I'll
bring a
go
rope?
sneaking across that field as stealthily
Army
as I
crawl
can.
on your stomach.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Ricky.
Roll perception. And Ricky, if you're being sneaky about it, roll me stealth.
Dun, 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 dun. Nice. No one's ever
Okay.
seen Ricky.
Uh,
I'm like at the tree. Joe has no idea I'm there.
you don't know where Ricky
I
went.
sure don't.
Yeah.
Ash, you're watching Ricky, and like as soon as she gets maybe 10 feet from the Brahma, she seems to vanish into the rain.
It's like a lot of excessive army like rolls and stuff.
Yes.
Ricky
roll.
seems to
Barrel roll.
suddenly appear at the bottom of the tree below you, Joe.
Hold on. I have the perfect gift for this. Okay, anyways, she'll look down and say, "Oh shit, you got here faster than I thought. Catch me?" I'm gonna jump
I'll
down.
just hold my hands up, I guess.
You still have an advantage on strength, right? Why are you pinching
Do I?
my toes? We're
Roll
basically
athletics.
gods. Me?
No. Ricky, roll
Oh,
athletics.
yeah, you'll be fine.
I think you're forgetting one detail.
I'm not forgetting shit. Now you have advantage because of enhanced ability.
It's been over an hour. You
Your
no
mom's
longer
been over
have
an hour.
enhanced ability. Let's see. You jumped 30 feet down onto Ricky.
Fall damage is real.
Yeah.
Oh.
For both
Fine.
then.
You each take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! Ricky,
Ooh.
you're supposed to catch me.
I'm sorry.
You
I got over here really sneaky though.
you land in a clump at the bottom of the tree.
Oh, I'm sorry. I poked you with my horn.
Goodness is, I don't think anybody sees this happen.
No. Nobody knows it happened.
We tell no one.
We're losing
anybody
to the
asks-
environment right now.
If anyone
We're
asks where
okay.
these bruises or blood comes from, we got attacked.
I think at this point we've done more damage to ourselves than the enemies.
Between the Brahma and just the ground?
Yeah. This is why
Okay.
athletics is not a wasted skill to take proficiency
Show me how you
in.
got over here so sneaky. We'll go back that way.
Yeah, just start rolling back.
She rolls right after her.
Okay, so you Dark Souls your way across the field. Go ahead and roll me stealth, both of you.
Not an advantage because of the Dark Souls.
No.
10.
It's
a
almost at
modern
disadvantage.
dumbass.
Don't you tempt me.
I have a broken rib and I keep just going, fuck.
Okay, roll me. Oh, you both rolled stealth. It's not great. Ash, looking through the portholes in the sides of the Brahma, you see Joe combat rolling across the field towards the Brahma.
Anything coming out to attack her or
No.
anything like that? Okay.
You do also suddenly see not Joe. You see Ricky a little bit when she gets closer to the Brahma is also combat rolling.
Okay, he won't message Ricky, but he will message Joe. You look like an idiot.
Why don't you mind your own fucking business? No one asked you to watch.
You two make it back to the Brahma safely and seemingly undetected, except by the Brahma.
It's fine unless they start opening fire on me. I think we're good.
All right,
You
since
are-
we're all together.
Who all is getting in the Brahma?
Me.
I'm on top.
All right. I think
Me and Ricky usually
Aaron's
hang
in the
out
glove
back.
box.
I'll
There
hang
still
on the
isn't a
outside.
glove box.
no.
You
Aaron's
keep
in the
talking
front
about a
well
glove
of my,
box.
of my
we
seat.
upgraded the Brahma and didn't add a glove box?
Fucking
Bullshit.
There-
missed opportunity.
There is a
Where we
toolbox
put our gloves.
underneath the
We're
gunner
putting Aaron
seat.
in the toolbox.
All right. I think Aaron and Ash and are
You
small
probably
enough
share
to
one
be.
seat, yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
The space
I'll
isn't.
sit on the gunner seat, I guess.
As Aaron is
And-
inside the Brahma and you all are piling in, she says, "It's a little bit cramped in here, isn't it?"
Oh yeah, get used to it.
All right.
Welcome to life on the Serisian front.
At least
I
you're
guess
inside
it's-
the Brahma.
It's better than the sail.
Oh. So it's all repaired, but I think I have one last touch up if everybody will agree on it.
Will it shock
Glove
us
box.
again?
No. I was thinking about putting Razgar's Revenge on the side.
Didn't mean to click that. Sorry. Ignore
Wow.
I shattered.
not
You
bad.
shatter the Brahma. Just
I did not mean
Do you
to
think we're
click
done with repairs?
I
Do
didn't
you
mean to do
have
that.
do you have paint on you, Ash?
I can make some.
Because
Yeah,
if we had
paint.
taken some of Rasgar's blood, that would have been poetry, wouldn't it?
Right, but is everybody in agreement that we maybe should name the Brahma instead of bringing Brahma 19?
I like the R&R.
I kind of like
mean-
tear up, and I'm just like, I think that's just perfect, Ash.
Aw.
Seems like quite a moment, but who is Razgar?
He died trying to save you.
Got it. Okay. Sounds appropriate then.
Richard, what do you think?
I'm all for it.
Okay. We'll spend the time to name the side of the Brahma, Razgar's Revenge.
while he's
We're
out
moving
there,
though, right?
Erin's like in the driver's seat looking around, and she says, "What does this here button do?" And
Don't
Don't
touch
touch
it.
that.
The electroshock defense
yeah, she
mechanism.
was looking at the electrical defense.
No touchy.
So yeah,
You paint Razgar's Revenge on the side of Brahma 19, thus
I'll try
renaming
to.
it the Razgar's
I'll-
Revenge.
Cool. I'll try to like put some little cool ice effects on it, on the lettering,
Okay.
if I can.
Nice.
I don't know how
Well,
look
look,
it'll
we're
look.
gonna ruin it.
If you can.
Joe pops her head out and she says, I got an idea. How about I try?
Sure.
I got a very steady hand.
All right.
She's gonna clamber out. And
Are
then
you
right
proficient
after,
in painter supplies?
No, but I have a steady hand.
Great. If you're
It's
not
gonna look
proficient,
great.
it sure won't. Go ahead and roll me a straight dexterity check.
Right after the revenge, she's gonna make like what looks like a dragon's head with 2 X's for eyes.
That's kind of fucked up.
Richard will
trusted
stick
me
his
and you
head out
shouldn't
and go, not that I'm don't get me wrong, I'm all for naming it Rasgar's Revenge. Wouldn't it be easier to paint it on it not in the pouring rain?
100%.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about
As
it.
long as we're all in agreement about that.
And is this your Chaos Gremlin character?
No. I am the Chaos Gremlin. What am I rolling? Dex check.
Straight dexterity, yeah.
13.
Paint's gonna be streaking.
It's very
It's-
Oh
cute.
boy.
So when you first apply the dragon's head, it looks like what you hope it does. And you look back at Ash, and when you glance back, it's kind of got a melting quality to it.
I think that gives a character.
Honestly, yeah. It's melting ice.
Okay,
case,
what
we can
color?
repaint it.
What color did you paint that
I
dragon's head?
pictured it all in red.
Okay.
Color is blue.
It's
He's a
blue.
blue dragon.
Yeah.
Do we have blue?
Yeah.
Do we have
Weird,
any
blue's
paint?
electricity.
I
Fine, it's
definitely-
in blue.
I definitely gave you blue paint. Just,
Okay,
Okay.
it's all in blue. I mentally pictured red.
All right.
For the
So
blue dragonborn, yes.
Ash, being proficient in painter supplies because you can make any tools you want, you did not have to roll to paint Razgar's Revenge on the side of the Brahma.
I think it was a charm.
okay.
As you pile all back into the Brahma, having dubbed it Razgar's Revenge, the R&R, what do you do?
All right.
We're gonna relocate, right?
think
yes.
Rest up for the evening.
I think maybe getting closer to the town, getting maybe passing by it at a safe distance, getting a good eye of it. Aaron, is there a vantage point that maybe looks over the entire town, or is it just going to be trees before
Around
you
the
get
trees.
It's kind of on a hill, so if you get up on the northern side of it, you'll be able to see down into it pretty well.
there? Okay, then we'll do that. Is that a good plan for everybody?
Best
Hey,
plan we've got.
We gotta
All right.
definitely take it by foot once we get close to town. But
Yeah, I'm not so confident in just rolling past it in the Brahma.
Mm.
I can make myself
Can you
and
make-
anybody who sticks by me quiet.
I think that's a good idea. We're about 45 minutes away, so let's travel for about 15 minutes and then we'll do that.
Isn't the Brahma relatively quiet because it earth glides as long as
It
they
is.
don't
It
like-
doesn't make any noise. The Brahma is
Okay.
almost silent as it moves.
Okay. I mean, maybe let's try to scout out a tree line and keep it concealed, but I'm not
The
trying
only
to-
the only risk of the Brahma being revealed is the bright blue lights that shine from the earth gliding platform. But with the heavy rain obscuring, you're not too concerned about it giving itself away.
Okay.
As you make your way down towards Duskenvale, approaching from the north as recommended by Aaron, go ahead and roll me basically a survival check here, Ash.
Okay. Oh. Okay. 9.
9. Erin's directions are not super helpful. It seems as though she likely has been out of the town for a while, and while she was gone, everything seemed much different when she was in the delirious states of exhaustion. Her directions are not great. With a 9, you drive what feels like it should have been 45 minutes, but you are not any closer to Duskenvale. You have taken a wrong turn. You are not sure where you are.
Joe, you've been in this area before.
Yeah, I was wondering when you'd ask.
Well, can you help?
Yeah,
Roll
you
survival.
just had to ask.
Joe, roll survival.
23.
You have an idea of which way Duskenvale is from here, but you don't know the distance. You know that you have to head southwest to get in the direction of the town. Roll me perception from within the Brahma. Straight
So I
roll.
get advantage.
Straight
Aw.
roll. It is raining.
You're right.
Oh,
25.
okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
As the Brahma is moving, Ash, I'd like you to roll me a stealth check for the Brahma. So in this case, a d20 plus 8.
Okay. Two.
So Ricky and Zed, as you two are hanging onto the outside of the Brahma, and it's raining, and you're soaked, it's not super comfortable. I'd like to know if you guys are having a conversation, or if you are just huddled up onto the Brahma and trying to hang on, basically.
I would assume if this is very unpleasant that I would be hanging on and somehow using prestidigitation to like keep myself warm. And does it dry? Can I dry myself in prestidigitation?
You can, but it
Yeah,
will
you just
immediately
get
wet
wet again.
yourself. It's raining. But you can warm yourself. That's
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. Ricky, how are you coping with this unpleasant scenario?
I think I'm just taking it. I'm trying to remember. I think I have some sort of able to take it situation.
Yeah, just take it.
I'm just hanging on, letting it rain,
Okay.
being cold.
Both of
Giving
your
her little pep talks here and there, like we're gonna get through this. We're gonna take out this town and get back.
okay.
Little.
Both of you roll me con saves.
17.
And a 16. You both avoid and resist the effects of exhaustion, despite the unpleasant conditions. Maybe the pep talk is what did it. Probably not, but maybe. As you both hang on to the outsides of the Brahma and the rain is coursing down, you suddenly see, before anybody in the Brahma sees, down the hill you see the rooftops of Duskenvale. It is a very small hamlet. You basically see what is a road leading into maybe 5 different structures. And for the purposes of this, I'm going to... Hold on a minute. Lighting?
God, I was so close to picking a storm sword. I could have just made rain not fall on me.
Could
You also
have.
could be I don't know if you can fly at this level, but I know eventually they can just like fly during
6,
storms.
yeah. Yeah, 6 it would have been.
So
What?
soon.
What the two of you on the outside of the Brahma see first is a little concerning.
Oh, great.
You see that the town is mostly empty, except in the clearing in the center of town, you see there is what you recognize as an undead giant.
Oh.
It's just standing there.
Hmm.
And you watch as this very large metallic automaton is attacking it, slamming these massive spiked gauntlets into the sides of this undead giant, and you hear bones cracking. You hear the undead giant being destroyed, but it's not responding. Until suddenly, with one more blow, the undead giant topples, having been killed, and then this automaton, with its huge spiked gauntlets, lifts the corpse of this undead giant and slams it onto its back.
Oh, that's a
How
corpse
much
collector.
bigger is this automaton than the undead giant?
It's about the same size.
Okay.
Is this something we would have seen before?
This is
Or
what
is,
Aaron
like-
grabbed to us. It was a corpse
Okay.
collector.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would immediately smack on, like, gently, like, without being, like, crazy loud. Be like, hold up. Get the Brahma to stop.
Okay?
Yikes.
Ricky, you looking at what I'm looking at right now, because that is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it doesn't seem nice.
Not me.
Joe, roll me a perception check as you're looking through the periscope. You guys can have that conversation you were having. I just want that roll.
16.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm glad that there's one less giant to deal with, but that's the fact that it just took it out like that is pretty fucking concerning. I'm not not feeling too good about this now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
We're gonna have to be real cautious with this. Let's get the others out. Let's see what we can do here.
Joe, you watch as in the periscope you get an extreme close-up of what this is. First you see a stone wall and the roof shingles through the periscope, and then suddenly, as the Brahma moves farther, coming into view is this automaton. It's almost looks like it's red as the rusty metal that makes its body. You realize that's not rust. It's blood that's dripping over its body from the corpses that are lining its back. And you see that the corpses on its back are not all human Serisian soldiers. You see many of them are undead that have just been shoved onto the spikes that line its back. And you watch as this corpse of this undead giant that's been thrown onto its back, just half of it seems to slow off onto the ground behind it, and it doesn't seem to care. You watch as one of the corpses on the spikes suddenly begins to go almost like it's being compressed and sucked into the base of the spike. And you watch as a specter emerges.
Oh. Ew. I see.
You see that through the periscope.
That's where the specter came from.
But for the view, this is what it looks like.
Spooky.
Oh, hey, I spelled Duskinville right in my notes.
Well done.
That might be a first.
Notes.
Good tidbits.
They're not good notes.
Oh, let me see this shit. Oh my god. That thing is terrifying.
And as you're looking down on Duskinvale, you see that specters are drifting away from it in all directions. Some of them seem to be just loitering. Some of them seem to be exploring the structures nearby. Some of them are drifting out of the town in various directions. You're pretty sure one of those specters is the one that attacked Zed.
So are they vanishing when they start drifting off?
Some of them. Some of
Do we
them are
see
remaining corporeal.
any of them coming in our direction?
This hill that you're on, there is almost like a straight cliff face. So, no, none of them are heading toward this cliff wall north of Duskenvale.
Good to know.
You're looking down on the town and you see this happening. And as you're looking down on it, you hear Aaron say, "Is it like I said? Are they still there?"
Yeesh.
You
Aaron,
watch
can you
as
point out where the pawn shop is?
Can I get a look-see?
She'll pass the scope.
She climbs up and looks in, and she points to this structure.
Okay.
Which
And
side are we on?
are.
You are north. You're up this way.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
Y'all are gonna try and take that thing on?
I mean, if we can avoid it. Isn't that preferable?
I think maybe this changes things. It is making.
You watch as one of its massive spiked gauntlets just slams this white into the ground, crushing it, and then picking it up and throwing it onto its back.
It's so weird. It seems to prefer specters over its more fleshy
Right.
minions. Does that mean they're more dangerous, more useful? I don't understand why they'd convert their own numbers like that.
They're scouts.
Those?
Spectres get around much easier. Be seen. Can't be seen as easy. They're using them as scouts. I don't think they have an army here really waiting. I think they might have moved on, but they're still keeping it safe. I don't think they found what they were looking for.
So let me get this straight, Ash. You want to take down that automaton because it's making specters.
Exactly.
There's something in our wheelhouse.
Wow.
I don't know.
We have a fully repaired Brahma. I'm willing to wait maybe an hour. Short rest. People get prepared. Heal up a bit. 'Cause
You want to do this today?
the more we wait, the more specters it makes.
Yeah, but the less fleshy golems it has.
Let's do this before we do anything hasty. Let's see if it has any patterns. Let's see if it's clearing out the rest of the whites and undead in town. We might actually get lucky if we play it a little slow, and they might clear out and do the scouting.
Okay.
Less in town, the better. Just dealing with that thing alone will be a task on its own.
Yeah. I mean, we only need the crown from the shop. Which means I know you don't want this thing roaming around, Ash, but at worst, we just need to distract it while we got the crown.
Is our primary objective.
I would need to come with the party claiming whatever object it is so
Why?
we can pin. I took detect magic today.
Let's see.
I have that gadget prepared.
So we, for the moment being, we can maybe post up, camouflage up a little bit, get our wits back to us, and just see if there's any patterns.
Fine, I could
I-
use a minute.
I like seeing patterns. We can try to plan this out a little more carefully so things go a little more smoother. Last time we just went in guns blazing. We lost someone, so
A lot of chaos out there. We need to wait to restore some balance to it.
Take a short rest then.
yeah.
If you begin taking a short rest, I need to know that. I also
Yeah.
need to know what precautions you're going to take.
I'm going to go ahead and tell the two on the outside, let's get you out of the rain. Come inside and we'll try to get you out of the rain so you're not stuck in there out there for an hour.
Let's see. We can't keep everybody in there. I'm gonna try to see if I can. Joe, you want to help me out? You look a little handsy with the woods. Let's see if we can make a little overhanging off the back of the Brahma so we can sit down out of the rain.
Yeah, all right.
Just want to make like a couple sticks together, whatever kind of.
A lean-to.
Yeah, whatever that she said. I'm assuming. It's in my mind, but I don't know the word for it, so I'm gonna go with her.
I'll also spend an 11 minutes just setting up an alarm around the Brahma.
Okay. Go ahead
So-
and roll me stealth for the Brahma as you are overlooking the town. Another d20 plus 8.
Nice.
24.
Good roll.
Okay. And you guys assemble an awning, like an overhang on the back of the Brahma?
Smooth makeshift so a couple of us can sit underneath it out of
Yeah.
get a reprieve from the rain while the others are inside.
Okay.
It keeps it up.
Yeah, the back of the Brahma is big and square and easy enough to mount basically some
Like a
lumber
tarp.
to. Yeah. You don't need to roll anything for that.
Yeah. I'll stay outside the Brahma and take my short rest.
You are pretty sure that if you need to use the Brahma for combat, the turret will, if the turret turns, it will destroy that.
Well, at that
Covering
point, we're
is
not
finished.
hanging out, are we?
I'm just saying, this is something that if you're going to set it up, you're going to have to do that every time.
Just
Yeah.
a quick little makeshift for the moment.
That's fine. And you guys are going to take a short rest. I'm taking that stealth into account. And over your short rest, as you're watching down, you see this massive corpse collector, this giant automaton. It takes a long time before it begins moving again and starts dealing with another corpse. And every time as it approaches a corpse, the undead, they don't seem to react to it, even though it is approaching and destroying them. Why don't you... Anybody who's proficient in Arcana can roll that for me.
Sure.
I am.
14.
16.
25.
Nice.
Joe, this seems weird to you. Zeb,
Pretty
this seems
weird.
even weirder to you. Ash, with a 25, this came up at some point in one of your studies, that a cadaver collector is this entity that you know is not of this plane. They were created to cleanse the battlefields of the Shadowfell from wars thousands of years ago. And they're not controlled, typically, by an individual. They have an unending purpose to just gather corpses and turn them into specters. It can control as many specters as it wants, and sometimes these collectors seem to have gained not a conscience, but an intelligence in their specters that can be communicated with.
Hive mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So I explain the Arcana lesson to the rest of the group. So, the more specters it makes, the more it controls, and
That's not good. It might be on guard then if that other one that Ricky took out, part of that hive mind.
I think so.
Echo, do we notice any patterns on where these things are going out direction-wise? Is it like just random? Are they like encompassing all, like is it like from all directions moving outwards?
Roll me
Or
a
is it
straight
just
intelligence check.
30-20?
There does not seem to be a pattern. It seems to be random, unpredictable. Some of them just seem to loiter about and then drift off in some random direction. This does not seem as though they are spreading with purpose.
Okay, and how many like undead, not specters, are left? Is he still kind of just this whole time going from body to body?
Well, there are corpses of not undead on the ground as well that it is picking
doing it
up.
then to- oh, shit.
There are a number of undead that are wandering about, and also that are just corpses that it's crushed. And some of the corpses it doesn't pick up, and you don't know why.
Okay.
Just didn't like that one.
As much as I hate to say this, no offense, Ash, but I think you may be right. This thing is.
No offense, you may be right.
Don't take offense to that at all. I mean,
Well, I guess it implies that he didn't believe you, Ash.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I didn't want to do that. So no offense, I'm not saying I didn't believe you. I just didn't want to have to fight this thing. But you might be right. We might have to take this thing out.
Well,
let's finish resting up.
and
Put our
before we do
affairs
this,
in order.
Richard, you gotta radio in and let them know we're doing something stupid.
Sure.
Give them the name we picked, so that when they write us down in the history books of dumbest Brahma crew, they have the accurate name.
I hope that's a new bottle you're using.
No, it's clean. I just, again, haven't been back to the farm to send it back. It's glass. It's good.
Yeah.
Echo, I'm gonna convert sorcery points to get my second level back over the short rest,
Okay, go ahead.
and then use blood vial to get the sorcery points back.
Okay.
Command, this is Brahma 19, aka Razgar's Revenge. Do you copy? Over.
You hear affirmative. Brahma 19, new nomenclature's Razgar's Revenge. Can I confirm?
R&R.
That is correct.
Razgar's Revenge, acknowledged. What can we do for you, Razgar's Revenge?
We have eyes on Duskinvale, and there seems to be a corpse collector collecting corpses, for lack of a better term, and creating specters. We're gonna do something stupid and see if we can take care of it while we get the crown out of the
Artifact. They don't know it's a crown.
the artifact out of the town.
Acknowledged. Please hold for a couple minutes. One moment.
Holding.
I need to roll for HQ.
See if they got any.
See if they have anything for you.
I was gonna say, see if they got any information on that.
Airstrike. Call in an airstrike.
Yeah, please.
Air support, please.
After a few minutes, you suddenly hear, Razgar's Revenge, can you come in? Over.
Yeah, we copy. Over.
This corpse collector. Do you see any acknowledging specters that seem to be under its control?
Oh,
They seem to be kind of drifting off, but there are a few that are hovering around.
Our
I don't know what
resources. If you intend to destroy this corpse collector, cadaver collector, I'm not sure which. The note here seems to be goes either way. If you manage to destroy it, those specters should be banished as well. So if you could deal with this problem, that would likely solve some issues we're hearing from other locations as a sudden influx of specters. So, you go on with our blessing, over.
Copy. Affirmative. We're gonna go do something stupid. Wish us luck. Over.
Do so smartly, over.
Do something stupid smartly.
Alright.
Richard hangs up and turns to who's like, well, we got the official go-ahead to go do something stupid and kill this corpse collector.
Oh,
Also,
man.
good news, the specter should go disappear if we kill it.
To prioritize the corpse collector.
In theory.
Are we going in the hopes that we kill it and then retrieve the crown, or are we gonna go in halvesies, where we try to attack but also retrieve the crown simultaneously?
Well, I think we should decide whether or not we're driving the Brahma into the middle of town first.
Well, I
Or
think
we're
we'd be
going in
stupid not
quiet.
to use the Brahma.
I think we take care of the corpse collector, then we look for the crown. We tried to find some sort of reprieve.
At the end of your short rest, the only undead you see moving about in the town are specters.
You've heard of them all.
Seems like it. It's
Okay, but
still
that
milling
just
about
means-
looking for bodies.
We won't have to deal with anything else that won't get banished the moment the corpse collector is taken down.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your short rest, anybody who needs the hit points. And as you begin your preparations to do something stupid, we're going to go ahead and take a break real quick.
Woohoo! So Echo can eat.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay, my wife very nicely brought me food.
Oh,
Well, I'm currently in the game, so I'm not bringing Echo shit.
Oh man, that looks delicious. What is it?
How does anybody know how Hexblade's curse works?
Nope.
Can I only curse one person and then it's done? I can't like move it like regular Hex?
It's only one person, yeah.
Okay. So once
But
I
you
one
get
and done.
you get like a grip of HP back if it dies. So
yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
But it is just some chicken breasted rice.
Oh, that's-
Whoever asked what it was.
that is delicious.
It is. It's simple. It's delicious. It's what I should be eating for my fat body, as opposed to all of the fried food I eat normally.
I feel that.
So I went to Old Orchard Beach this weekend and we ate a bunch of fried seafood, onion rings, ice cream, candy.
So wait, can I stack Hex and Hexblade's curse?
Yeah, you can get them both.
Fucking hope so, because I took Hex and I just
I mean, it's going to take 2 turns to set up, but yeah.
And they both will stack on both of my Eldritch Blast hits?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh.
I think I don't think Hexblade's curse is a once a turn thing. That I don't know off the top of my head.
Any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a crit. If the curse, you gain a bonus damage roll against the curse. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it looks like every every attack.
So my fucking Eldritch Blats are gonna do 1d10 plus 8 plus 1d6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, baby! Let's
yeah,
go.
Warlocks are good.
I'm a Swordlock, baby.
Yeah, no. So, Hexblades are there's a reason why Hexblade is like the number one level diff like ever.
Isn't there like a stupid thing you could do with Wizard and Magic Missile in it? So where like every Magic Missile gets the
Yeah, it gets
proficiency
the-
bonus? You just nuke
Yep.
somebody with a 7th level and it's just guaranteed like at least what? 24?
Oh yeah. 'cause you're adding-
Yeah. It's like 20, 31 and then plus whatever you roll.
Yeah, it's why you take it in the you dip Hexblade and then go Abjuration Wizard to like Arms of Hadar or not Armor of Agathis, and that's why you also grab Magic Missile to just be like, well, this is my single target nuke now that can't miss.
Yeah. That's nice. That's a fucking nuke and a half. Jesus.
You want you know what I want to do to the Brahma next time we get a chance is if we have the time, get some like heavy like logs and just put them on the side of
Like
the
battering
Brahma.
ram?
Like well, not just extra armor basically.
Okay.
Like it's like maybe act like temp HP, basically.
What do you think I should do for the ability check? Probably strength, or
Be my guess. I
wonder
mean, it doesn't
if.
affect saving throws.
No, I know. I
but,
wonder
yeah,
if I
strength.
can curse it ahead of time, maybe, and try to get a surprise round with wisdom.
Maybe. I mean, if we don't get spotted, but I don't know how sneaky we're going to be rolling the Brahma through. Like, it may not make a lot of noise, but if
That's a good point.
it may not
I'll
make
probably-
a lot of noise, but we're also going to be like moving corpses and debris and everything out of the way with it.
Gotcha. I wonder if they know I hex them. I wonder if I could pop one of these bad boys on before.
Okay, so as all of you have finished your short rest, you've done some lookouts over Duskin Vale, and you've come up with a plan to try and get a surprise on the corpse collector and the specters thereabout. So, the only ways really to approach the town is basically not from the north. You could come from the west, the east, or the south. Directly to the north is the cliff that you are looking down, which does provide you a good vantage point, But for Duskenvale, it provides us from some safety from anyone approaching it from the north. So, how are you guys going to approach Duskenvale?
I mean, can we just shoot it from up here?
Not accurately.
Yeah.
Okay, but it'll try to get closer, and then we'll shoot it then as well.
And it
Right,
might
as
not
long
have
as
an
we don't
angle.
miss and hit the pawn shop and
So-
damage
It's
the
a
artifact
magic
that's closer
item.
to cover.
You guys could shoot down with your rifles, but the gun on the Brahma cannot aim that far down.
AJ, we're gonna need you to pick up the Brahma so that it's facing downward.
Just the back.
Alright.
Just the back.
I'll do enhance ability again.
We need to go to the trunk and get the jack.
I don't know if any amount of enhanceability could let you lift 14 tons.
I don't know. She's pretty strong.
Does from the vantage point, does it look like we can kind of stay on that northwest section and not have line of sight to them to kind of like slowly creep maybe cliffside and stay with this pawn shop in between the line of sight of us and this corpse collector?
Yeah, that wouldn't be hard.
Okay.
There's lots of
I-
tree cover on all sides of Duskenvale. Duskenvale is kind of nestled into a copse of trees, as Aaron had told you. It's just, once you're in
Well-
Duskenvale, there's not really anywhere to hide.
So I
Does
will
the-
put out. I can use Pass Without a Trace if we really need it. It's one of my big spell slots, though.
In order to
I
pass
think-
without a trace the Brahma, you will have to turn off the sensory array.
What does that do?
It's what's providing magic resistance to everyone within the Brahma.
Right. What if I was outside of it?
If you want the pass without a trace to affect the Brahma, you have to turn
Okay.
off the thing
But could it be
preventing
turned
magic
back
from
on?
affecting the Brahma. Yeah,
But could it be-
it could
okay.
be. It just takes an action to turn it off or on.
Okay, I can do that. I can turn
Also,
it back on once we kick this off.
I'm assuming this map is set up so that up is north. left
Yes.
is-
In most cases, my maps will follow cardinal direction based on what you see.
I figured. but it
Because
was-
I hate being confused.
Me too.
I get enough of that in my
Rotating.
day to day.
Yeah.
Rotating
Actually,
the
this
map.
corner is north. I'm just kidding.
I will kill you.
Game plan. Stealth up from the northwest section. Try to get in the advantageous position. Do you think, how tall is that pawn shop? Is it one floor?
All the buildings are one story.
Cool. Think I could jump up onto it from the top of the Brahma? Do I think I could
With
jump
an
up
athletics
onto
check.
it? Oh,
Uh,
come on.
The thing
Ricky
is,
can boost you up.
all of
You're both on the
these,
outside. Ricky can push you up.
all of the
She got me 30 feet in
buildings
the tree.
are constructed of stone and have basically stone roof tiles. And it's raining, so staying on a roof is not going to be easy.
Okay.
Do we
So-
want to pop out from the west side or the north side?
Again, the north
I
side's
thi-
not really an option unless you can get in behind the pawn shop.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So we're going to come in from this northwest section.
You're following the cliff wall, is what you're saying.
Yes,
think-
we're going to stay tucked.
Okay.
This is just my suggestion.
Understood.
I think this building will provide a lot more concealment as we make our way down here, and we'll be able to get a lot closer.
You mean from the east?
from the east?
Okay.
But that
fine
is
with
only
whatever.
only my suggestion. We use the trees, get into the east of this road here, and then we can have a clear shot. We can be in stealth for a lot longer.
Well, okay. The only reason I was thinking that is because, like, line of sight wise, you might be able to see across. With this, if we're coming from this top northwest section, he's blocked off from everything from here to here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Then-
He can kind of see this, and that's where we'll be coming from.
It is raining still, so
Oh, okay.
vision is limited.
Dealer's choice then.
Joe, what do you think? You're the ranger. What is best?
Honestly, I'd come in on the side of the pawn shop because if all things go to shit, we might just have to bail. The closer we are to the pawn shop.
All right. Well, then
That's what we're
go.
actually supposed to be doing.
we'll use the building as concealment and come down south To the southwest.
Southwest. Gotcha. No, nobody.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
I turn
Which-
off the. Yep.
Okay.
Or
All right, then. Go ahead and roll me stealth, everybody, including one for the Brahma, and add 10 to it.
Thank God. I rolled a 24.
27.
oh, good thing I have. It's a plus 18. That's for the Brahma. 23.
Just a 20.
Then stealth for
My
myself.
screen went black. Should I refresh?
Nope, I did that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I need to edit this token.
The LOS action.
So there's a couple things that you've noticed about the Brahma since you did the repairs that were neglected to mention in the conversation that was going on. The Brahma seems to be moving a little more quickly than it was before. As it has more energy from the 5 batteries, its movement speed has increased from 25 to 30.
Nice.
Hot damn.
Awesome.
We got gas in our ass.
Hot diggity damn.
1 minute, will I increase the number of batteries that you have? Okay.
And we're at 200 HP now? Fully.
Yes, it is at 200 HP. You know that a Brahma is supposed to have 250 approximately. So, as I said, it's not quite at full operating potential, but it's much better than it was.
We're almost a real boy.
Those
You're
are all
almost
of our
there.
stealth rolls. Minus Zed. I don't see you roll one.
Yeah, Zed, I need
Oh,
a...
you did.
Yeah, I got a 27.
Never mind.
Oh, I didn't
It
see
was
it.
just... Yeah, okay, so it's 24, 25, 23, 20, 26, 27.
Okay, that's real good. 1 moment. I'm going to roll for the collector. Okay. All right. Driving the Brahma down through the forest is nerve-wracking. And as the Pass Without a Trace seems to make even the lights from the gliding platform almost hide as if they're just driving straight into shadow and fog, it's a little nerve-wracking with every branch and stone that's shoved out of the way of the Brahma. It's muted, and it makes it just a little more unnerving as you're pushing your way toward Duskenvale. But as you do, you're moving quickly, and you're basically coursing over the rocky ground and in between the trees. Ash, I need you to roll me a driving check. So give me a wisdom plus proficiency here.
Okay. Oh, God. Okay,
Yikes
11.
on trikes.
You're moving slowly. It's awkward. It's hard to move between the trees as the high roots suddenly make it difficult to make your way through. I need another stealth check from everyone.
28.
Even better than before. 31.
Okay.
This is for the
35.
Brahma. Okay. 24 for the Brahma. And for Ash,
Ricky, that's a 25. Okay.
27 for Ash.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Despite the slow pace, you are silent, and everyone is almost holding their breath as the Brahma makes its way up and around the north side of the town. It's maybe 20 minutes until finally you approach the backside of Duskenvale along the cliff, and the pawn shop comes into close view. And I'm going to put all of you
An honor serving with you.
It is hard to see beyond the pawn shop, but you hear the cadaver collector over the sound, just with horrible sounds of steamwork, as it's making its way around in the plaza. You're in control of the Brahma. Go ahead and move it, Ash. How are you approaching?
Okay. We'll do exactly what was planned and start moving it south.
Use your air
Move.
keys.
I don't have control of the Brahma for some
The
reason.
Brahma.
Hold on.
Brahma.
That's a problem. Configure
The
ownership.
Brahma. Probably because all of us are on its back like baby possums on its mama.
There, how about now?
Just Ash.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can move it.
there we go.
I got you. Come follow me. If you if you swipe across it, you can move it.
Wait, don't leave me.
Wait,
Like-
there's two different Brahmas here. Okay.
Nope, just the
I'm
one.
taking my Brahma. Bye. Alright. Everybody press down.
What is this?
I'm trying to keep up with you.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh God!
Jesus
hold
Christ.
You might have to clump us all together and carry it
This is a
yourself.
horrible mistake. Okay.
I'll just ping it out.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. Ping
Look at
to
all
where
these
you're
little
moving the
gnats
Brahma.
floating around.
Gonna kind of take it to this corner here.
Whee!
Oh, whoa, but like maybe tucked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuts close, just kind of like peeking, doing a.
I just imagine the tank going. As it
So
peeks
the
out
Brahma
from
silently
behind the door.
slides along the earth and the cobblestones. And as it does, I need you to roll me another stealth check.
Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. This is the stealth check that will determine
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have
This
surprise
is
or
a-
not.
38 for me.
This is 24 for me.
Oh, 36 for the Brahma.
Richard sneezes.
Still got a 21.
Okay, what's our lowest? Is it 24? 21?
Looks like 21.
21
Our
is lowest.
rogue is the
I
lowest.
rolled a 3 and got a 21. What do you want from me?
Hold on.
Not 21 because of me.
The specters and the cadaver collector, one of them seems to be facing in your direction, but it does not register to it that you have appeared.
Hey. All right, so I'm gonna flick on the magic resistance as Richard. I think we got a line here, Richard. We got 2 specters in the way, and we can get the cadaver as well.
I don't
If
think
you want-
our
if you-
gun fires in a line.
Doesn't it? We have a line
You
feature.
have 3 canister shells, if you recall.
Yeah,
I thought-
we picked
Were
those up
those
from.
lines or were those? I thought those were explosions.
So
It's everything.
it hits
it's like
everything in a
electrical.
line out to 150 feet.
Okay.
Let's do that. And blow up this building for good measure.
Yeah. Everything with the pawn shop is going down.
Yep.
Yeah, be careful at the pawn shop. Even I'll just kind of like inch out a little bit further.
Well, it'll all happen at
yeah.
the same time, so you can move down as we fire.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be steady for this.
Are we getting a surprise round?
I think so. Just do it.
There is no initiative yet, so you are taking your turns as if they don't know you're here.
Nuke
All
'em.
right, so
I got
action.
2 things
I'm gonna,
wanna do.
as the shot fires, I'm gonna hold my action to flick on the magic resistance.
Okay.
Again.
So you are starting this with the canister shot.
Uh-huh.
I need to know where
believe
you
that
are
is the
aiming the
plan.
canister shot, so ping it for me.
Do
So
we know a radius or no? It's just
It's a
we have
straight
to-
line.
right?
Oh, okay.
150.
It's everything in 5 feet of the line, I think.
10 feet.
10
Oh,
feet.
10
Gee,
feet?
fuck
Oh,
'em
well,
up.
I guess that.
Okay, 150 feet ends right on the cadaver collector.
Ha ha!
Go ahead and make the Brahma's attack. So fire a shot.
Will do.
No, we are so far away.
Oh, did that not?
Yeah, I
roll?
might.
You have to
it'd be
click
great if we were
attack.
Oh,
close.
in
right.
the,
It comes over. Attack.
You still have the game paused.
Do we have
on my
advantage?
screen.
Yeah, you have
Roll
advantage
advantage.
because. Okay.
Natural 20.
Well, it hits everything in the line. Go ahead and roll critical.
Crunchy.
Critical.
Yes, crunchy
Critical.
as always.
Critical.
65.
65 plus.
No, it's that it added the 40 because that's how I have my foundry set up.
Yeah, I did it through Foundry.
Okay,
Damn,
so
That's sexy. Damn,
um,
Keysby.
hold on a minute.
That
65
2 and then that
points of
3
piercing
I rolled on
damage.
stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, you made up for it.
I want to cast something on myself in this round for like our surprise round. So whatever.
Go ahead.
I'm casting mirror image myself,
Okay.
and
Well, this specter is immediately destroyed. This specter is immediately destroyed. And the cadaver is not immediately destroyed, but holy shnikes, it is hurt. And that will begin initiative. So,
Oh yeah.
I don't like that Gal Gadot still staring into my soul.
you'll be okay.
Just full screen.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Me and Ricky
Ricky.
have a +8, or a plus a D8 to our initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck yeah!
plus
So-
a D8. Yeah.
Roll it and then add the d8 and tell me what you need to update it to.
Ooh, nice. I got an 18 for Zed total.
I have 25.
I don't think there's too much I could do at 150 feet away.
I got a big old 5.
I know I'm really far away.
Did you roll the 1?
Ricky rolled a 2,
Don't you
and
have
then a 1
advantage?
on the D8.
Don't you have an advantage as a
Sorry, I
barbarian?
rolled a 3.
Don't barbs have advantage on initiative?
No.
I don't know.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So
Oh, that's dex saves. I'm sorry.
If you could see something.
Yeah,
Though I have a
yeah.
25 for my initiative.
okay. I mean, you're going. Okay.
Yeah, but
25.
I'm gonna take it.
You actually were not going first, but you are now.
See?
Don't forget about silver bullets.
You mean my
whatever
magic
your-
ammunition?
bullets?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
just giving you a heads up.
I have my magic bullets to make smoothies.
As the cannon fires, starting off this combat, the specters in between you and the cadaver collector are scattered into black dust of shadow, immediately banished from this realm. You watch as the powerful shot from the cannon slams into the cadaver collector, and as it is slammed back, you hear this horrible mechanical as it turns to face you. It does not do as much damage as you hoped it would.
Oh.
It still does a lot of damage because it was a crit, but
Yeah.
not as much as you would have hoped.
Okay. And what type of damage was that? Non-magical.
It was non-magical
Explosion?
piercing.
Okay. Non-magical
a massive
explosion.
L, yeah.
Okay.
So, as we begin combat, Joe, you are in the Brahma, you are in the spotter seat. What do you do?
I'm useless at 150 feet. I need to get out. Does it cost movement to get out of the Brahma?
No. Well, it costs 5 feet to get out of the Brahma.
Then shit.
Oh, 120 is where you're going for?
Yes. So I need my full 30. Or I'm at disadvantage. Well, I might as well stay in the Brahma if I'm gonna fire at disadvantage and hope the Brahma moves closer. I'll pop out and fire. First, I'll cast Hunter's Mark with a bonus action.
Okay.
Which, goody for me, it gives me advantage, which means it cancels out my disadvantage on my first shot. So we.
Straight shot.
The advantage.
No.
I'm
yes,
at
nice.
the straight shot. God damn! If I had that inspiration.
Hmm.
That's 17
17.
for my first shot.
Your bullet seems to off of the armor of the cadaver collector.
What? As in it doesn't do any damage?
Doesn't do any damage.
What?
It appears to be immune to mundane ammunition.
You didn't use your bullet.
I know, I never remember. So,
I just said
I know.
just reminded you.
I know.
Put it in
So,
like the notes under your weapon, so just.
I'm gonna tattoo it on my body. Leave me alone. Joe, with a single tear coming down her face, loads a magic shot.
A plus
and
one bullet?
fires.
Okay.
Yeah,
roll the
which
attack.
means I don't have advantage anymore, which means I'm at disadvantage.
Yes.
22?
22 hits.
Well, it's a 23 with the magic, but yeah.
Yeah, it hits.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay,
Good day.
16 damage.
You watch as the bullet hits and seems to penetrate, but does not do as much damage as you'd like it to.
Joe goes back inside the Brahma.
Singular tier.
Yep. There's a single tear on her face as she ducks back in. She's like, magic. You gotta use magic on it. Mundane shit won't work. That's my turn.
That's your turn. It is now the cadaver collector's turn.
Oh shit. Good thing I didn't get out of the fucking Brahma.
Get closer, just a little bit.
Yeah, please move the Brahma closer, Ash, on your turn, so I can actually
Oh wait,
reach it.
well let's see how close he gets.
The cadaver collector is going to... and it makes its way towards you, thundering across the ground. What's the range on this?
Never mind, you don't have to get closer anymore.
It doesn't... It's going to spend its action to dash.
It will be here in one more turn.
And it will, as a bonus action, you hear this horrible... and more specters seem to emerge out of the back.
Did you add the 3 for my hunter's mark?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. 'Cause I forgot about it.
That's it for the cadaver collector's turn. Now it's the Brahma's turn. So, driver, movement for the Brahma.
I am
Yep.
at 18
Um,
with gift of alacrity.
Oh, so Zed is actually next.
Oh, sorry. Update. Belay that. Zed, what would you like to do?
So
Why is he
hanging
so
off the
handsome?
side, right? He's a very
Ugh.
attractive hobgobby.
What a man, what a man, what
I'd
a
hobble
man,
his
what a
gobble
mighty
any
fine
day of the
man.
week.
I am going to first things first. You're gonna see him kind of touch the front of his head, and he's gonna fucking throw his hand out, and I'm gonna hex him with disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay, you hex
Good
it on
choice.
strength.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm within 120, so I'm going to start letting out 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Eldritch Blade.
First one is going to be a natural 1.
That
Aw.
cannot hit, I'm afraid.
That cannot hit. That it can. To a natural 20.
That hits. Go ahead and
The
roll
duality
damage.
of Zed.
So this is going to be lots of maths.
From A to Z.
It's not going to be
So-
lots of math. Just roll the d10 plus your modifier, and then...
So
Crunch it.
it's- Yep. So that is 13 plus a d6. 6. That's 19 plus 16. So 35 force damage. It's not 35 force. It's half of that is magical bludgeoning. So 6 and 12 of that is magical bludgeoning.
Okay. It is not resistant to force. It is resistant to bludgeoning. So,
Okay.
I need to know how much of that is force.
Yes. So 15 plus.
Isn't 25 of it force if 12 of it is magic bludgeoning?
Probably.
I believe so. Okay.
That math checks
It
out.
was 13 plus 10, 23.
Got it.
Well, that was 20. Okay, doesn't matter.
I rolled 8 plus 5. That's
Yep.
13.
Plus
Yep.
10, 23.
Okay.
And then half of that
Wait.
bludgeoning. All right.
Hex is bludgeoning, right? No, I'm sorry.
Hex is necrotic.
Hex is necrotic.
Oh, it has no effect.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. That
Okay.
tracks with the corpse collector.
So Hex is just gone. I'll keep it up there for the moment being, so only 23 then.
Got it.
Shucks.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Now, Brahma's turn. Driver, any movement?
Yes. Going to reposition it
Not closer.
one
Not closer.
20 feet. Why not closer?
He's gonna smash her ass when he gets here.
I need.
He's already in range.
Come on the
We don't
ass
want-
smash.
We don't want
I
to
need
be
to-
here any quicker.
He's
Alright.
gonna smash. He's not gonna pass.
For my action, I will need to get within 60 feet of it.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Understood.
All right.
Okay.
Ah, don't leave me.
Can
Yeah.
I like drop off?
You can choose not to hang on to it anymore, yeah.
I'm gonna
That's a free
stay.
action.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cower as a free action.
Okay, you just let go.
I
And
tinkle in my pants for a free action.
Ash, you are clearly still in the Brahma.
Yep.
Okay. The Brahma
You need
moves
to move
30
one
feet.
more.
Am I within 60 feet of it? Like if I pop my head out?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Nice
The
kitty
Brahma
cat.
still has an action. It could use its recharge or it could use its electrical surge.
What's the electrical surge? What's the range of it?
30 feet.
Then no.
Oh no, never mind then.
Okay. So now the Spectre's turns. They can fly real fast.
Oh boy.
This one will double move, and it will immediately go over the Brahma. Ricky, you're hanging on the outside, so it comes into melee with you. This one will double move and come into melee with you, Zed. This one will double move. This one double moves. And that one double moves. And that's their turn. Richard, Mr. Gunner.
I'm gonna fire the gun.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
assuming
using
just from-
another canister shot or standard shell? You only
we
have
only
two canisters
two more
left.
of those. Yeah. Let's hold on to those for now. And I'm gonna rip a regular shell at the cadaver collector.
Okay. Roll your attack.
I would love to.
Nice.
Yeah, that
Solid roll.
hits.
I saw it teeter from that 5.
I did too. I got nervous.
Oh.
So again,
Small.
the cannon fires, the huge shell slamming into the armor of the cadaver collector. It hits. Again, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would like, but it certainly does hurt it.
Considering I have no magical damage options, this is the best I got.
Fine
Fair
with me.
enough. All right. Anything else in your turn?
Nope.
Okay, you are sitting in the gunner's
Chill.
seat and begin slamming the next shell into the canister. Ash!
Okay, so I'm gonna take a peek out of the gunner's seat and
You mean the driver's
the driver's seat, and he's gonna load into that same gun with the firebolt, a highly concentrated solution of salt water, and fire it at the corpse collector.
Okay.
This is my version of Ray of Enfeeblement.
I
That's
see.
a natural one. God damn it.
I have one inspiration left. I can use it to let you reroll,
Okay.
because that might be helpful.
Oh my god. 14.
Its AC is too high. You miss, unfortunately.
Damn it. Okay, well,
Oh well.
the canister
Empty.
binks off the armor and just explodes like over here.
You make the stones a little bit stickier.
Yeah.
The
No.
cadaver collector seems unperturbed by the miss. All right, Ricky.
Okay.
Okay, I will say some words to myself, go into a rage, the tail, form. I will swing my great axe at the one that is in melee.
The
with
specter
me.
that's right floating next to you, go for it.
Yep.
Roll your attack.
You can do it.
Nope.
Yeah,
That will
jinxed it.
not hit, I'm afraid. No, it does. A 12 hits. Its AC is 12.
Oh, okay.
Let there be an eye of faith in you.
Yes. Let the trumpets out.
So. plus
11
2
points of
on
slashing.
it.
Okay, so
Well,
13.
Yeah.
All right. It's still up.
Oh darn. Well, I'm gonna swing again with my great axe.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits. Its AC is still 12, so that absolutely slams it. And with that second swing, you destroy that specter.
Yeah, baby.
Cool. Let's see here. And then, just to maybe give Zed some help, I'm gonna run over. Click the right thing. I'm gonna run over here and flank.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Joe,
Hey.
you are still in the spotter seat. What do you do?
Yep, I open the hatch. I load magic ammunition to my goddamn gun. From the character growth, guys. I actually have it in all caps typed up in my Discord chat. I take a shot at it. Is the... Hold on. Attack per turn. Great. So I have advantage on the first attack.
Yep. Out of curiosity, how many magic shells do you have left?
31.
Okay.
I keep track.
29 hits.
First hit is... Nice. That is 12 damage.
It is... Okay. It seems to take reduced damage, but you have now critically injured this cadaver collector.
Great. Second shot.
You get Hunter's Mark, right?
Oh shit, that's right, thank you. I've got too much stuff for my little brain to comprehend. So that's the Hunter's Mark damage, 4.
Okay.
Second shot is 20 to hit. Sorry, 21 with the magic
Yeah, that
ammunition.
hits.
Great.
At this point, you're pretty sure its AC is 17.
Great. And that is 13. And I think I can bonus action shoot it again because of my gun.
Don't forget,
prowess.
Hunter's Mark is on every attack.
Yep. For another 4.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to make sure I can use a bonus action to shoot it again.
You can. It is
Okay.
without your ability modifier if you're using the gun's passive.
Okay. What's my ability modifier?
Dex. So
Probably
it's plus
plus
5.
Okay, so just subtract 5 from this roll.
Okay.
I don't think that's very good.
A 14 is not, no.
Oh, well, it'd be, yeah.
What is the natural roll? It's a 4. Okay, it didn't. Your gun did not jam.
Yeah, it's not
You just
going
missed.
anywhere. All right. And then back inside the Brahma.
Okay.
Fired 3 times.
It is now the cadaver collector's turn. It surges forward. Once it's within 30 feet of you, it lurches forward with a charge attack.
We just
Great
fixed
for
this!
impact.
And as it slams into the side of the Brahma, one moment. The Brahma's AC, remind me? It's a
16.
I rolled a 15 to hit. It misses on the first swing.
This
And
choir is scaring
It
me.
hits on the second swing with a 25.
Jesus.
Does the Brahma get any resistance from that magical aura thing?
Yes, it receives half
Right.
damage from magical effects such as necrotic, radiant, fire, acid.
But I think he just
etc.
bludgeoned us.
The damage breakdown is this. The Brahma takes 19 bludgeoning damage and 5 necrotic damage.
Is it 5
Okay,
reduced
so 21 total.
Plus, hold on. Plus 5 force damage. Which cuts through, unfortunately. Force is not resisted.
So 26 points of damage.
26 damage to the Brahma.
Got it.
Everyone inside the Brahma, you are suddenly BOONG! As the Brahma is slammed by this thing. Ricky, you're on the outside of the Brahma. I need you to roll me a dexterity save.
No, she's over here.
She's-
She
Oh,
gave blank
never.
damage.
That's right. I'm sorry.
We all pinged it.
Everyone's like, Ricky's fine.
Sorry.
Do not
It
turn
looked
our
like-
barbarian into paste, please.
Okay. Ricky, you're not hanging on to the Brahma. All
It
right.
looked like there was an explosion on her.
Would you like to use the reaction of the Brahma for electrical defense?
Yes. Yes.
So you spend
Definitely.
it. Go ahead and roll it.
Let me bring up the. Oh, man, I can't pull up the Brahma page because it shifted again.
You just have to reload. It's annoying, but it's, you know. It's
I've got
Foundry.
the Brahma, but
Well, while my internet struggles.
While he's doing that, question. So Eldritch Blast is a ranged spell attack. Does flanking cancel out disadvantage?
Not on a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop out this Brahma sheet.
so you're a Hexblade. You can just attack in melee with your charisma.
I could, but I don't know how that works if I want to cast a spell again, because I don't have Warcaster.
Okay. Why didn't it?
Depends on the spell.
Yeah. I'm just gonna believe that.
It's not. Electrical defense has run out of designated item uses. That's what the Foundry is telling me.
Okay, I'm fixing it. Hold on. I just saw that happen. All right. Close. Try again.
4 left.
Again, maybe need to
Why do we only have 4 left? Did we use one
pop
already?
out.
I'm
Nope.
just accounting for one of them not being there for the electrical.
It worked for
or
me. Why is it not
magical
working for
or
you?
anything.
It's not working for me. You can go ahead and do it, because it's just not working for me.
Hold on.
Apparently.
And we need 1 charge to keep up that magical aura. So in my mind, I'm just accounting for we only have 4,
That's fair.
with like a last ditch effort of 1.
Just to drop the aura and do some
Yeah.
damage. Makes sense.
What is going on here? Okay, so I'm going to uncheck these two. Usability. There. I will reveal this. So,
Okay.
as it triggers, the Cadaver Collector needs to make a con save. The Cadaver Collector rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
The Cadaver
Woo!
Collector receives 22 points of lightning damage.
Does it seem to receive the full or half?
I'm reading its resistances right now. It does not seem to reduce that damage.
Sweet.
Woo! Ride the lightning.
22.
It's
Took
grease
22
lightning.
lightning damage. Okay. The Cadaver Collector will respond. Hold on a minute.
Does that jump or no?
No,
What?
that's
Oh,
a
that's
Well,
So it's just a
okay.
reaction to
that's
getting
a
it.
surge.
Oh,
The
okay.
surge
Okay.
jumps. The defense is just a reactionary.
Yeah.
Okay. I need
Oh shit! I don't like that.
everybody to roll me a con save.
Is it magical?
It is magical.
So everybody inside has advantage.
Yes.
Will do.
The Brahma does not need to make a con save. The Brahma is immune to poison.
If a 14 fails, I can use Fortune of the Many to add a +3 bonus to that.
I rolled a 17, but I forgot to reconnect my foundry after I reloaded it, so it didn't show up.
Okay. So what was your con save?
Mine is a 17.
Okay, the DC is 18.
God damn it. Okay, bring it.
I am going to use Fortune of the Many to bring mine up to a 17, and then use an inspo to make it an 18.
Okay. You succeed. Ash, you
don't-
succeed. Richard, you
die.
succeed. Ricky, you succeed.
It's just
Okay.
me.
Yeah, you're the only one.
And just to be an absolute monster, isn't that halfling in there too?
If you want
Oh, yeah.
her to be. Yes, she now has to make a con save.
It was either this or leave her out in the woods by herself.
She rolled a 7. Okay.
R.I.P. Aaron.
Everyone who succeeds, you take half of 37 points of poison damage.
So I took 37 points?
You took 37 points of poison damage and you're paralyzed.
Guess what? I had 37 hit points.
You are unconscious.
Yep.
Aaron is
What's
also
happening?
unconscious. Half of
I'm gonna-
37 is 18.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that to take half of the half.
It is not an attack roll.
Oh,
That's evasion.
Thank God for
no,
10.
but I think uncanny dodge. Hold on, let me
Read it, because I'm pretty sure it reduces an attack's damage by half.
To have the. Yes, it is attacks. Okay.
I just got gassed.
Yep. Okay. So it's
This-
only 18.
Horrible, death-decaying gas floods through the vents of the Brahma and all over the air around you all. It is terrible, noxious, and those who fail are paralyzed, except both of those who failed are also unconscious. So, it doesn't really matter. Those who succeeded, you take 18 points of poison damage, and you're not paralyzed. Thank goodness for that. That is the end of the Cadaver Collector's turn. Zed. You have a specter in front of you, and you're having a hard time breathing.
First things first, I'm gonna move around here because flanking doesn't matter for me. I appreciate it though, Ricky.
Might
I'm
matter for
gonna
Ricky.
Yeah, I'll move back if need be, but
Okay.
I'm gonna take an Eldritch Blast at disadvantage.
Okay. At the Cadaver Collector or the Spectre?
At the Spectre. The one
Okay.
I'm from.
There you go.
Well, its
Fire
AC is 12, so you hit.
Yes. And
Yes. 12.
it's gonna be 7 damage, but it is pushed back 10 feet
Nice.
Okay.
from repelling.
That's 15.
And I am going to. Do I have an angle on the cadaver?
It's enormous.
Okay,
It's
I'm
bigger
gonna.
than the Brahma.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
going-
shoot it.
Okay,
This thing
I
might
am,
be able to lift the Brahma.
I am going to blast my second one over at the cadaver
Okay.
for a 27 total. I'm not even going to roll the necrotic because it doesn't matter. That is 12 damage and it's pushed back 10 feet.
Does it matter how big it is?
I will read, but I'm almost positive it doesn't. I thought I read that. 1 second.
Wait. It's
When
not.
you hit a-
It's not pushed. It's
Okay.
immune to
Isn't it
pushing
immune to that?
effects.
Ah.
Okay.
It just says no.
That is perfectly fine. That is very
It
understandable
probably
for a
weighs like
creature
10
that size.
tons. Yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
How much
Four.
damage do you deal?
I did 12 force damage.
Okay. Oops.
Future notice, it doesn't have a limit on size. It just says you push back.
Okay.
Unless
This
it's
specific
immune of
creature
being
No, no,
pushed.
no,
does not
for
care
fu-
about pushing.
Yeah, for future notice, I'm just saying.
Got it.
I get it. Yep. And I'm going to burn two sorcery points and
2 key
quicken.
points.
2 key points. I'm playing a monk in Baldur's Gate.
Me too.
I'm gonna quicken another Eldritch Blast at the Corpse Collector.
Okay.
So that is going to be a fucking 17 to hit.
Nice. That's exactly its AC.
That is its AC.
That is
Very
its
nice.
AC. Roll damage.
Okay. That's 11 force damage. And I am going to last one at the Corpse Collector again.
Okay.
That is 26. That'll hit
That hits.
for another 12 force damage. And
Zed,
that's Fine. Yeah.
how do you want to do this?
Woo!
No fucking way.
Ray, you guys did
You're
shitloads of
good.
damage to this thing. How much
Oh,
do you
I'm
want to do
sure
this?
the crit at the start helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I have this Spectre on me, I kind of turn down and I pump it point blank range into it and he goes flying off. And as you see, my Eldritch Blast comes out. He's going to use 2 hands and just bang, bang, bang. But as you see it, it's almost like a metallic-y silver with like a swirl of rust around it, almost like metals coming in. And as you see it, one goes under the arm comes off, One other one goes under the other arm, comes off, and the other one goes right through a joint in the neck, and the neck just comes severed off through force damage, and you see the sparkle come off of it and dissipate.
Whatever magical effect that kept this cadaver collector together is dispelled by the force of this magical beam slamming through the neck that attaches the head to the rest of its body. As it does, you see this green magical energy explode out from the body in all directions, and just body parts, metallic and organic, just in all directions as the cadaver collector is destroyed.
Oh no,
and the
it's raining
instant
men.
and the instant it is, the Brahma is littered with corpse parts, and also every specter in the immediate area immediately vanishes.
Oh yeah. All right.
By the way, Joe and the halfling are dying.
Yeah, Ash on his turn, if it comes up. I don't know what the initiative order
because there are 2 people unconscious. Yeah, we're gonna stay in initiative order.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so Aaron's rolling a death save right now. She natural 20'd. Aaron sits up.
Woo!
Ooh,
Kill
okay.
this halfling.
Hell yeah.
The Brahma's
Not the
turn.
first time she's been tear
Resilient
gassed.
as fuck.
Yeah, she like wakes up with like a as this
Okay.
horrible bloody clot comes flying out of her mouth.
The Brahma's gonna roll back as Ash leaves the seat, kind of just like
Like idling backward.
Yeah,
She
idling
needs to put
backward
the
a little
parking
bit.
brake on.
Okay, Richard,
you're fucking dying. Shut up.
are you doing anything on your turn, Richard?
Upon seeing the explosion and body parts fly everywhere, Richard stares blindly into the middle distance and hears only his tinnitus ringing.
That's fair.
as he has some bad flashbacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Is this a
He's
saving throw
exploded
from
things
him, or
before.
is this just trauma?
This is trauma from the backstory thing.
Okay, right, but does he
is
need
it
a saving throw?
How traumatized
Yes.
is he?
Panic attack. Roll it
Yeah.
out. Let the
Yeah, I'll
thing-
roll.
Give us a
that.
wisdom
It's like
save.
a full-on panic attack.
Give us a wisdom save, Precious.
14. I mean, you remember it pretty vividly. The sights of explosion and what might have been your fault. It's hard to let go. And as the flames of this exploding cadaver collector fly across the air, it's almost superimposed over your memory of that wagon. Ash!
Okay,
Drenched
getting out of the
in sweat.
driver's seat, just kind of crawling over to Joe. I check on Aaron just briefly.
She just
see
waves
that
you off as she's like holding her throat.
He nods to her, and first things first.
Give me that
he's
adrenaline
gonna-
shot.
Yeah, he's gonna take off the cap of a needle, stick it in Joe's leg, bring her back to health with a bonus action, healing word.
Man,
Max.
it's a good thing you took it out that turn, because it can paralyzing breath every turn.
Oof.
Ooh.
You
man.
give me 9.
Yeah, 9 hit points immediately, so to bring you to consciousness. Hey, you alright? You alright? Okay, stay still. Just lay back, hold on. And then I'll action do the combat medic.
Okay, roll it with disadvantage. And this is here we end combat.
27 hit points back.
I think you put
That
me up
was
to
really
full.
good. That was a natural 20 and a
I'm
17.
I'm 3 off of full. Like I feel pretty good for almost fucking dying.
Well, it was only the poison, so
Only the poison, right? Of course.
you must have a bad taste in your mouth. Here, and I'll just hand you like a caramel hard candy.
Thanks. It's a Werther's original.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And so, as you have finished this combat, and you have basically cleansed all of the undead in the immediate area because they were all specters, as this cadaver collector's been working for a couple of weeks. What do you handle now that you were in
We're
the middle of
fucking
Dustin
heroes.
Vale?
Call ground control,
Okay, well,
Richard.
Erin is like
Who's-
under the seat, and she says, "Can I get a little more help?" I'm fine. I realize I'm not dead or anything, but
Sure, I'll take my time and I'll go around. Well, how's everybody doing?
I'm great.
Well, you're great now.
I'm
You're
doing
fine.
fine.
I'll go ahead and do a combat medic on Aaron as well. But I'll take my time with this one.
okay, roll it. Straight roll.
Damn it, 16.
Okay.
You say she's a commoner. 16's probably pretty good.
She's not
Well,
a commoner.
If that
Oh.
37 damage didn't kill her immediately, she must
Fair.
have some hit points.
She is not a commoner. She has a couple levels. She's nothing like you guys. But yeah, she did not instantly die from 37 poison damage.
She's
Okay.
got at least 18 hit.
At least. Maybe even 20. As you guys have recovered from this fight, you managed to do so pretty well. Your shots
I think
rang
that
true.
went great.
All right. I'm gonna
Are you
move
gonna
the
let
Brahma-
command know?
Richard's still just like sweating and staring at the
Oh
middle distance.
Jesus! Hey, shake, shake, shake.
Ah, oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
focus.
yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
You're on the comm. Let him know.
Oh, yeah. I'll call it in.
Okay.
You're all sweaty. Get a towel.
I'll
It's hot in here.
Ash will peek out of the Brahma and to Zed and Ricky. Hey, I'm going to move the Brahma in front of the pawn shop while we check this out.
You would see Zed is kind of hands on the back of the Brahma, super still and quiet right now. Only Ricky would have seen him after letting out that Eldritch Blast. You would have seen him like kind of huffing and puffing, like kind of like he's just trying to control everything and put his hands on the Brahma, and you would see just a stillness come over him as he's trying to regain
Everybody
composure.
has fucking problems.
I'm good. What the fuck you mean? You one almost
Let's be
died.
like, we're good out here, and then I'll walk
Yeah.
over. If you're gonna move
We're-
the Brahma, I'll like kind of
Yeah.
like put an arm out or something so he can steady himself on me.
Oh, he's good. He was calming himself after all of that. He kind of just let loose on there. We're good out here. I'm a little fucking poisoned, but
I don't want to hear it.
we're
Just
good
a
over
little
here.
voice. Richard will take like a deep breath and go, Command, this is Rasgar's Revenge. You copy over.
Acknowledge Rasgar's revenge. We've had positive reports of a sudden dismissal of antagonists elsewhere around our forces, so it seems as though your smartly performed stupid actions paid off. Over.
Good. Thank you for that, Command. We just calling to confirm that we have dealt with the cadaver collector, corpse collector, whatever you want to classify it as. We are proceeding into the town to locate the artifact. Over.
Acknowledged. Engineering Corps recommends y'all are careful about handling it. Apparently it is quite potent. But once you've acquired it, resume your voyage to Stonefield, where you all have earned yourselves at least one day of R&R, I imagine. Over.
Hey, that's us. We're R&R.
Copy. Over. Command says don't touch it.
Command said be careful.
Right. Which in layman's terms means don't touch
How
it.
the fuck are we supposed to bring it to Stonefield? We can't touch it.
Scoop it into a bag? I don't know. Just
Let's find it first. I'm getting out of the Brahma.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm
You left me
Working my way
behind.
into this building.
Working my way.
Can I poke around the like remains of the corpse collector just to see if there's anything useful there?
Dig through the scrap.
Sure.
Any weapons or anything? Ooh.
Roll
I mean, I'm not the
investigation.
right person to do this.
Maybe some
but
of those
since I'm
corpses
walking
had
by-
some nifty trinkets
Hey
on 'em.
Ash, I may be magic, but I cannot detect magic as they say.
Big ol'
You-
eights.
You got something for that?
Hey, you see, he's already digging into his bag, and he's got a little device out, kind of like a Rubik's cube type thing, and he's like trying to like set the settings on it to detect magic. I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic just so I don't waste a spell slot, and I will bonus action healing word myself. If it's dangerous, he's gonna need the HP.
Okay.
Another
Okay.
9.
AJ, Ricky, as you sort through the wreckage and the scraps. When the corpse collector exploded, many of the corpses on its back were shredded to pieces. And with a 9, you find a few rusty weapons, but that's basically it.
That seems right.
Ash,
I'm
as you have cast Detect Magic ritually. Yes, Zed, what are you doing?
after he's done casting it, I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm going to give him his little pep talk, hand on the shoulder. I'm gonna use my last charge of Fey Gift, Hospitality. You get, in case something happens, you get 6 temp HP, and so do I.
And so
As well.
do I.
So do I. And I'm also going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on you.
Oh, cool.
So, creatures of that type have dismayed attack. They also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them, by anything. If the target is already charmed, possessed, you have advantage on any new saving throws. So, don't get possessed if there's something inside there. Might help you out a little bit. Try not to touch it, though.
Right. Yeah, so 11 minutes, and Detect Magic is up.
Yeah, I did that after your Detect Magic.
Sweet.
Okay, roll me investigation.
18.
18. As you mill your way through this building shows signs of being absolutely ravaged. Wooden cupboards and cabinets are absolutely destroyed by claw marks that sink deep into the wood in all directions. Hinges are torn apart, doors are cast out on the floor. You see all sorts of wares are thrown all over the place in here. This building has been made a wreck. With an 18 in investigation, though, and your Detect Magic, as you're looking around the room and you're basically searching, it takes maybe 5 minutes, and suddenly you catch out of the glimpse of your eye. Detect Magic does not let you see magic through walls or barriers, but you see peeking out from across the room within what looks like a broken urn. There is a hint of magic that's shining from the cracks of the urn as something's inside of it.
The head, right there. I'll point to it.
Okay. You want me to grab it?
Ash will bring out a few, like a rag, and toss it over. And he's going to have one for himself. And he's going to take a peek inside the urn. Kind of climbing over all the wreckage.
Yeah. You look in the urn, and you see that it is full of all sorts of what just looks like costume jewelry. There's all sorts of like necklaces and rings and bracelets. Buried in them, you see there is what looks like a large circlet or crown that is sparkling with magical energy.
He will... Okay, back me up on this one. With the cloth, he'll wrap his fingers, making sure the cloth is between his fingers and the crown, and then get out.
As soon as your fingers clasp around the crown, even with the cloth on them, you hear in your head, you hear
jeez.
a voice say, "Careful."
Zed, it has a voice.
The crown has a voice.
He just nods.
Sound friendly?
All it said in a woman's voice is careful.
So let's be careful then. You got a bag or anything maybe we can, without actually touching it, put it in?
Yes.
You
And
don't
he'll...
want to do that.
Why don't I want to do that? And
What?
it's obvious that he's talking. It is
That would end badly if Mistress comes back.
Let's get what it wants.
Who's this mistress? And he's speaking out loud, so you
Uh-huh.
at least hear one end of the conversation.
Aktesh, of course.
Aktesh, does that ring any bells to you?
Does it ring any bells to me?
Are either of you proficient in religion?
No.
Then
Who would
no.
be? It's useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take it.
Uh-huh.
Ash, tread lightly on the questions. Just try to probe. Be nice, though.
Okay.
You want me to take over?
So if I put you in this bag, this person will come back.
No. But when they do come back, you won't want me to be in this bag.
Okay. What do you do?
Oh, many things. She always used me for so many things. But it's been a long time.
Okay. Well then,
I won't hurt you.
I am not sure I'm the right person you're talking to. You have that rag still, Zed?
Aw, I love that if that's an in-character slip of the tongue.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Pulls out like a leather coat almost, so it's a little bit thicker.
I gave you a rag before we approached.
yeah. Sure.
But if you want to use the leather, that's fine too.
Yep.
And I'll hand it over to Zed.
I'll take it.
Hmm.
Out of character. Don't you have a bag of holding?
I do, yeah.
She doesn't want to go in it.
No,
Okay.
she doesn't.
So if you touch the crown with the rag, Zed, you hear, "Oh, I do enjoy your presence of mind."
That is greatly appreciated. And who may I be speaking with?
Mistress always just called me the crown.
Pleasure. Name's Zed.
It is nice to meet you. I won't
I
hurt
do-
you.
Likewise, I mean you no ill intent in any way, shape, or form. Did you like Mistress? You like being with her, or
Oh, it was the joy of my life, but that was a long time ago.
well, hopefully for the moment being, maybe I can live up to just a sliver of her standards, you know?
Oh, I would be happy to help you.
What is it you can help me with?
The air smells rich of the dead here.
Hmm.
I can help you with that.
In what way?
Well, how would you like to wrest control of them from your enemies?
That's quite the power there.
Hmm? I can allow you to see what is truly there. I can help you reach out to them, and I can help you take them from those you would call your enemies.
You know what, the Crown? I think I know just the person that might live up to your standards.
Who might that be?
There's a couple friends of mine. If you don't mind, I would be more than honored to take you back to them. It's a little bit of a journey, but it'd be my pleasure.
That would be fine, but I ask that you do not put me in a bag.
Not a problem. What about my leather bag? No funny business. You can travel with me. We can talk if need be.
As long as it is not on another plane of existence, I'm fine with that. I really wish you would wear me, but I understand.
I got you. I got you. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Crown. I don't think I can handle you. You seem quite powerful.
You might
That's
be
a compliment.
surprised.
I'm just a modest man. I think I can bring you to some people that can help you out.
Would
Or
it
you can
hurt you
help.
to try?
It might.
I don't
Not
think it
gonna
would.
lie.
I've
know, the
given you
way-
my word I would not hurt you.
You know the way my attunement slots are set up. No.
I'm out of attunement slots. Sorry, babe.
I don't
you
understand what that means.
Are you full on attunement slots? Is that what?
No. I thought it'd be funny to say.
It was.
Before we go and metaphorically jump into bed, let's get to know each other a little bit first. We could talk on the way if need be, okay?
Metaphorically or
maybe
literally?
Give it a little bit of a ride later.
I'm
If it's a
happy to
match, you know?
share you what I know.
Perfect. So you said you can help control the dead.
I can wrest them away from those who control them already.
Into whose control, though? Yours?
That who wears me.
Good to know. You know, for the moment being, we kind of slayed all of our enemies here. But I will 100% keep that in mind, and maybe we could have a little fun, you and me.
If my mistress was anything to display, the dead don't stay dead for long.
The little ringleader is out of commission for the moment being. So, I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind on our little journey right here. But we can get to know each other a little bit. You may have a couple questions for me. I may have a couple questions for you.
I do have a question.
I'm all ears.
What year is it?
It is the year.
874.
No.
Damn.
That's way too long ago.
I have no clue the year, if I'm being honest.
It's like
13 something?
between the year 5000 and between the year 6071.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little off.
Oh, wow.
I think it's
was way off.
5971, maybe 100 years after the from nothing's present time.
Before
100
you
years
know it?
after?
Before. Oh, wait,
Only
never
100
mind.
years?
It's like the year 5802.
50. Okay.
200 and
5802.
some change.
200 and some change. Yeah.
What was the
Oh,
last year you remember?
I have been buried for a very long time.
Okay.
You expecting
had-
your...
You have fun.
That does
Okay,
explain why
leave me
mistress has
there.
been silent.
Yeah, it might have been some time here, so... Was your mistress... Was she what they call a god?
She was a queen.
Yas, queen.
Ah. Well.
Yas, Aktesh.
Did she or did she not slay?
Oh, I'm sure she slayed a lot.
Well, I'm no king. Just a humble man.
Oh, she was not a queen when she wore me.
Get
I don't think that's how crowns work.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you to some people that I think would be well suited for you.
You
We could
disappoint me.
Oh,
Disappointed
I'm
mom.
sorry to let the standards down, but I don't just wear anything on my head without getting to know them first, you know.
I suppose.
Especially sentient objects. You want to know a secret?
It is
I already
silent.
get. I'll tell you anyways. I already have a voice or two up in there. Might be a little crowded.
A shame.
Hmm.
We could work together.
This is what I'm gonna do. Time is of the essence at the moment. You're gonna travel with me. We'll talk a little bit later, okay?
Very well. I warn you, I might also speak to your allies.
Not a problem. Not a
Ash
problem
walks
at
into the other room. So he's talking to the crowd now.
What? Is that all right?
He seems all right.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat you with some respect. I'm gonna wrap you up so you don't get damaged or anything. And let you travel with us, okay?
I thank you kindly.
Hmm.
It has
The
been a
least I can
while
do.
since I've been treated with respect.
Maybe even give you a little bit of a polish, you know? Get you looking brand new.
Be careful of my gems.
Always am.
Careful with the ladies' gems.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Crown.
You may call me Regal.
Regal.
Good
I
name.
like that name.
Regal's not one.
Good name.
Richard, don't touch the crown. Zed,
No.
I'ma seduce it.
So I'm gonna take one of my finer, like, well-made cloths. I'm just gonna gently just like polish it a little bit. I'm gonna wrap it around the crown. I'm gonna inwardly wrap it nice and tight. I'm gonna take it and put it in my bag.
Okay. The crown is silent as you're doing that.
No moans.
No,
Get a
I'm
little,
afraid not.
a little,
Thank goodness.
a little boop on the
A
on
little
one of the
polish
gems.
action on those gems.
I'm gonna rub it and just boop on the gem. Tender loving care.
No, there's a roll, maybe. I don't know.
No.
No, it doesn't try to command you or control you when you touch it. It keeps its word.
You all right in there, Zed?
I think we should we should head out. We got a little bit to talk about.
All right. While that conversation had been happening, can Joe have just been kind of digging through shit? Into the thing on pawn shop, she can lift. The pawn shop, there's got to be something that hasn't been completely destroyed.
There's nothing really worth anything. This is a pawn shop in a tiny hamlet. So there's lots of
Like-
silverware, there's pottery, there's
Goodwill in a rural area.
yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah.
Nothing worth taking.
No bowling balls. No antiques.
Magic item shop.
Roll me a D100.
Okay. Yeah, give
An
me a
Oklahoma-
chance.
It's an Oklahoma pawn shop.
Everything's okay. 56. Okay, hold on. Let's see what worthless piece of crap you found in this pawn shop.
Thanks.
Trinket table? Trinket table.
Trinket
Send
table.
me-
Ricky's like
teapot.
yelling at Joe. I could really use a new spatula.
That's true. I'll look for a ladle.
The only thing you find that's truly intact is you find a jester's hat. It is made of 2 different random colors and fringed with small bells that as you lift it up, they jingle constantly. Except it's not a pretty jingle, it's an irritating, rattling jingle. The jester's
Yep.
hat is blue and yellow.
Oh.
She's holding it in her hands. She's thinking this would look really cute on Ash.
I'm right here.
She's thinking it.
Oh.
You don't hear shit, bro. She's gonna
Oh,
put it
okay.
in her bag. She's gonna stick it on you when you're not looking.
Detect thoughts.
Totally
Next time
worth
he
it.
goes unconscious before
Yep.
you hear
Uh,
him.
Just-
Ricky-
I would like
make
to do-
Real quick, Ricky and Richard, can either of you cast any spell at all?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm just a guy.
You're just a
Just a
man with a
guy.
gun.
As Zed, as you walk by Joe, as she is sifting through garbage and lifts up this jester's hat, Joe, you hear in your mind, "Oh, your hatred of undead is just delicious."
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Zed. You got something stuck in your throat?
Is she talking to you? That's Regal, by the way.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joe.
A pleasure.
Do you want me to hold the bag up so you have something to look at?
Sorry, yeah, I guess we're traveling with her. Her?
Yep.
Okay.
Very pleasant.
Seems like it. You're not gonna kill us, are you?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
I was hoping to make friends.
Okay.
It has been a while since I've encountered fellows who can use magic.
Real?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not like people who can't?
They just have no purpose to me.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, she's great.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, you got a nice voice.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna walk out.
Okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
getting a
go
little
back.
flustered.
Desperately trying to light some of the mellow thistle of the rain. Just
You okay,
I'm
Richard?
gonna go leave the bag on the back of the Brahma with that. Still in eye shape, but I'm gonna walk around and like kind of gesture to the group to kind of follow.
Okay.
everybody goes out.
Uh,
Richard goes, "How'd it go with the cursed crown?"
Oh, it's talking. It's talking to us.
I'm
Yep,
not
diff.
cursed.
That
Oh, it
doesn't
can still hear us?
sound good.
Well, we're at the Brahma still. We haven't followed you.
And
Oh.
she's saying that it. Oh, wait. Do I hear that? Do I hear that?
You heard
Sorry.
her say,
Okay.
I'm not cursed in all of your minds.
Oh,
Even me, like
Richard?
20 feet away?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Richard's response is,
Okay.
"Oh, that's definitely something a not cursed object would say."
Mm.
Well, I wouldn't waste time, would I?
Nobody put it on, right?
No.
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
And I'm gonna like wink to the group. We're gonna go ahead and bring Regal, Brown's name, to our good friends that she may be able to be of great use to. Big winks.
Insight check.
Sure.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna bring you to somebody
yeah.
more befitting.
It would have
of
been
your
funny if I
station.
hadn't understood it. She goes, okay.
So
Yeah, sounds good.
he'll be traveling with us for a little bit. Be on your best behaviors. Very nice.
So
Oh,
you're
wait.
winking, and
Yep.
you hear, you don't have to speak facetiously.
Yikes,
Oh,
she can see.
Not okay. You can see this. I'm gonna be honest with you. You seem very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is way over our pay grade, and I think us being of you using us is just a little bit of overkill on it. You know
Regal,
what I
don't
mean?
worry about him. He's intimidated by strong women.
I am.
I have no intention of using you. I was hoping you would use me.
I don't know.
All right. So
See
we all
now.
agree, no one's putting on weird, sexy crown voice, right?
That is quite the arousing statement. I'm not gonna lie here. The last time
Well,
I said
that
that
is-
to
See,
me,
this is why I said nobody's tried it on yet, because I'm
Mm.
just
Maybe,
This
maybe
room.
Zed shouldn't hold it.
It is hardly my intention to seduce you.
no, I know.
When we're
It's
talking like that.
choice of words, tonality, you know.
That I want
It's
you
been a
to
while.
use me.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have been buried under the earth for thousands of years.
Mm.
The
Gotcha.
last year I remember was the year the Aktesh let me down. And that was 1802.
That was
Oh.
a shit ton of time ago.
And can I,
oh,
can I give you a little bit of a heads up? I don't know who this. Does anybody know the name Aktash?
Is anybody proficient in religion?
No.
no.
No,
Okay.
you do not know the name Aktesh.
I don't
Religion
know
is useless.
who.
We're all
Ak-
hearing this? Or
Yeah,
just the magic user?
no, all of you are
It's
hearing
just
this in your head.
telepathically talking
I
to
think-
all of us.
I think Ricky would, like, at some point just be like, well, but why should we trust you?
Richard just goes.
What?
Points at Richard.
You hear, because I have only your best interest at heart.
What's our best interest?
Clearly it is destroying undead, yes?
That is correct.
I can help you wrest control of them.
And you just want to get used? Like, it's been a while and you just want to take yourself for a spin?
Let me
I have been
clarify.
under the earth in the darkness for thousands of years.
Uh-huh.
I have been handled by country bumpkins who knew nothing of me or what I could do.
Mm.
And then I smelled undead once again. That is my purpose, to control them. I can help you control and destroy them if you wish. I wish to have a purpose. I don't. Do you
Well,
understand?
The original purpose was to destroy undead.
Clear. Crystal, actually. Crystal clear.
Well, obviously this is why they wanted this artifact in the first place.
Oh, yeah. We have quite a few friends that have the same exact aligning goals as you. And I think you're...
And
You're
yet
gonna
you
have
wish
some
to
fun with
put me once again in the dark.
Do you want me to bring you out? Apologize. I thought I was giving you a nice little comfy home. Let me unwrap you. Give me a second here.
Richard just kind of gestures to the dark and the rain, like it's
I
only
know.
slightly brighter out here.
I know you're asking for a religion check, but is there any way for a history check here?
It's been 4,000 years.
4,000 years is a long time. That's like
Yeah.
being like,
Are
do I
you-
know?
Do
Do
you
we
have-
know any gods from 4,000 years ago?
Do
Well,
any
some
of you
them.
have the archaeology background?
No.
Probably not. That's my
Then-
background.
Hard no. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
All right.
You might
just-
need to look this up if you want information on it.
Mhm.
I thought I might ask.
I appreciate it, but no,
Let me
it's too
do
old.
this. Regal,
All
if you
right,
don't
well-
mind.
Do I believe her at all?
Roll an insight check.
On the sexy voice.
I realize the insight check's a little harder because you don't have a facial.
I believe her.
Okay, she seems extremely
Hot.
earnest.
Richard just
Alright.
doesn't believe her on principle.
That's fine.
Regal, I'll let you out. Get you some sunlight and everything.
you,
Just
yeah, yeah.
give me a minute or two. I'm gonna see if I could find out anything about this. What did you say, Aktesh?
Yeah.
About this Aktesh that your mistress.
She was the
It's been a
queen
long
of the
time.
Eighth Kingdom. What more do you need to know?
What
Queen of
the
the-
Eighth Kingdom is.
So I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm a hobgoblin. I got an average lifespan of what's the average lifespan of a hobgoblin?
80
100
years.
80 years. I got about a maximum to average lifespan of about 80 to 100
I am
years.
aware that you're a hobgoblin.
Okay,
Why does this apply?
yeah. Because something 4,000 years ago, I just don't have any information on it. And we're new friends, so I kind of just wanted to see what I can get. Unless you were willing to give me any of that info.
What do you want to know?
Your old mistress, you said she might be coming back, but that was quite a while ago.
I have been waiting for her return for
Mm.
most of my existence that I'm aware of.
Does she have the capabilities to live 4,000 years?
She could accomplish anything she wants to.
Strong woman. Like that.
I thought you were afraid of that.
Intimidating, but I embrace it. You know? I don't know where to go with this guy anymore.
Hey, you're the face, my guy. You're the face.
I was gonna call command real quick. She not letting me.
Rich,
I'm about to
Why
just
wouldn't
put this
she
crown
let you?
on.
You could totally.
You could
Oh.
do whatever you want.
I
why are
know.
we? All right. No disrespect, I guess, Regal, but in every story I've ever heard of, there's some weird talking object trying to get people to use it. Never a good idea. Never. Every fairy tale, everything, I feel like, put me on, I'll solve your problems. Never a good idea.
I am alarmed at your lack of familiarity with sentient items.
It's not something we come across in our day to day.
Not very often, or more like never.
I see.
Hmm.
Then I apologize for startling you with such familiarity.
Yeah, we're just country bumpkins.
Country
I'm gonna-
bumpkins with a knack for the arcane and natural.
I feel like so far you have been very transparent and very nice, frankly. I'm gonna be very transparent back with you. Okay? You say that if I was to wear you, I would be able to wrestle control of these undead, right?
Yes, you could. So long as your willpower is stronger than those who created them. I help you channel it.
So this is the problem, right? at least a personal problem with me. The last thing I want is for there to be undead. I personally don't want control over it. I want to destroy them.
But if you control them, you can tell them to destroy each other.
I look at the rest of the group, which makes quite the fucking point.
Fucking Richard is amazing in this. Oh my god.
No, no.
I mean, I kind of
No.
see the point too.
I mean, I'm just a country bumpkin, you know. I'm starting to see that point here.
She's very persuasive.
If
Let's
you
do that.
if you still don't trust me, why not use some magic to see exactly what I have the capabilities to do?
Well,
You know,
not
it's
all of us
not-
have that ability.
it's not even really that I don't trust you. It's I don't really want to have I don't really want to have control over undead. All I want to do is destroy them. The last thing I want is to be connected with them in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to be its master.
Does anybody
That's-
remember if Command said we couldn't use it? Like,
Command
didn't give
said,
us-
and I quote, to be careful with it.
I
Mm.
can use it carefully.
All right. You want us to know, to see what you do? Give me a moment. Let me have it, and I can see exactly what you are capable of.
I have been waiting for millennia. I can wait a little longer.
Orchard is
11
that one scientist in like a
11,
apocalyptic movie that's trying to explain everything to people, but they keep
Yeah.
ignoring him.
11 minutes.
Don't you still have it up?
That's
I
detect
don't know.
magic. He's
I'm
using
not
identify.
Oh, you're using
Yeah.
identify. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you cast Identify on the crown, and it patiently waits as you complete this ritual. This is what it is. I have linked it in Discord.
If it's
I'm
cool, I want to wear it.
You?
No.
The band on this shirt. Oh, that's a creepy look. Oh, that's gonna be in true sight. You can communicate with any creature if they understand a language. You can use cast. At 7th, I'm wearing it.
Why does no one listen to me?
Because you make too much sense.
Oh my god. Regal.
I don't see any problems with that. That one.
Regal, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Okay.
Richard.
Richard just, I can't. I can't. I nobody listens to me. It's that deal.
Regal, let's make a deal right here, okay? We
I'm
can hang
listening.
out. We're gonna bring you along with us. If we
Thank the
encounter
gods for
some.
that.
There is no gods.
God?
anymore. Just
Nope,
a heads
no
up.
gods.
Gods are gone.
Um,
All of them gone. For how many years? Well, we looking at a millennia.
I believe
Has
you
it
might
been-
be a little bit deluded, but very well.
No, it's true. There's no gods.
Mm-hmm.
I could promise you that. There hasn't been a god in generations, countless generations. I couldn't
They
even tell you an exact
haven't-
number.
Fallen silent.
There's a war going on right now.
I
Mm.
can smell that.
No gods
It
to help.
smells war.
I know. She smells the dead of the war.
You want to know something, Regal? Most people don't even believe that gods
Ever existed.
ever existed. That's how
Well,
long it's been.
that is outrageous.
Mm.
I watched my mistress ascend, which is why I was buried.
Mistress ascended to godhood.
Why did she bury you?
For if she needed me.
She didn't just keep you in her ascension.
From what I understand, physical belongings meant nothing to a goddess.
Where'd she bury you?
There is a long pause, and then you hear, beneath the Eight Kingdoms Sacrarium Sanctuary.
Oh, jeez. What's an 8 kingdom?
Goodness gracious.
4,000
Does that,
plus years. Just keep
does
in
that
mind.
trigger anything in my
Roll
settings
a history check.
Okay. Rolling so well tonight. Nope.
You rolled a
Dude.
3. No, I'm afraid not.
Alright, we cool with me putting this on?
No.
Alright, here you go. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna catch up on this whole God situation, what life's like 4,000 years later, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna put you on just yet. If it comes down to it, and we need to use you, we will gladly be honored to have somebody as powerful as you on our side.
Richard's gonna have an aneurysm.
Very well.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Not for your sake, just for ours in general.
I am
don't wanna-
content to amuse your questions in the meantime.
Likewise. It's been a while for you. If you have any questions for us, by all means.
Where are your servants?
Back to the country
Bumpkin.
bumpkins. We are.
You possess magic. Why would you not have servants?
It's a weird time. So pretty much the
guess.
gist of it is this whole world right now is in a constant state of war.
You ride a
the
magical carriage. You possess magic of your own, yet you do not have servants and followers and men-at-arms.
Well, we got these two, and she points to Richard and Ricky.
Ash looks
Thanks, Joe.
I have a 7 charisma.
We don't really
It was
have
a joke.
don't really have the luxury of servants at the moment. We are constantly in battle and war, and we don't get much of a reprieve to have those luxuries in life.
Can I get a perception check, please, from everyone who's just kind of loitering around the Brahma?
Oh, you want one for me too if I'm talking to her? Or?
No.
Yikes.
No.
Okay.
You are distracted.
Gotcha.
Terrible. We're all very... Ooh, natural 20 from Ricky.
Ricky.
Good job, Servant Ricky.
I was gonna say, I haven't been paying attention to any of this. It's all been over my head.
Ricky,
so
as
I've had a lot of time.
you kind of hear this conversation going on, the voice is still in your head, which is a little distracting. But as you're looking toward the east,
Oh, shit.
you realize perhaps that cannon fire was heard. As you see treetops being pushed to the side. And you see the tip of a massive axe just over one of the rooftops. And as you see that, that is where we're going to stop tonight's session.
No!
Guys, I'm putting on this crown.
Dude, you fucking monster. You just want the cool, powerful artifact. Curses
Out
be
of
damned.
character. I'm like,
I
I have
have
an
a quick
11
mechanics
sleight of
question.
hand. I can swipe this when someone's not looking and just be like, we're gonna put you here where no one can touch you.
Oop. I didn't know.
Is it every session that I'm gonna have to roll a con save for the?
Isn't it every day?
It's every long rest, which you rolled last time before it began. So
Okay.
next session's probably going to be the next roll.
Okay. I'm trying to not hoard my inspiration while also hoarding my inspiration.
Don't
them
worry,
in three.
we got you.
Hoard 'em.
We'll sort it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Dude, you put this crown on, it's gonna
Hoard all
fuse
of it.
to your skull, and you'll never be able to remove
I
it.
might be able to ascend to godhood. Maybe my patron might
you
get
think
upset.
Tesh
Who
is
knows?
gonna let you ascend to godhood
My patron
with
might
her
not even-
crown?
I'm really curious about my patron.
She won't know. She's gone.
There's
Yeah,
no
she's not,
gods.
yeah.
There's no ascension.
Could be the first.
No, I don't think that's.
I know.
You tell me
boy.
a god named Zed does not sound very intimidating.
It sounds disappointing.
You don't know my full name.
Sure.
In Pathfinder, there's a god that was basically became a god on a drunken dare. God of alcohol and adventures.
There's a lot of,
Zedarius.
there's a lot of dumb gods. So, as we've reached the end of our session, as always, we will first go to the player votes for inspiration. A lot of conversation happened this session, as well as, some pretty big combats. So, from the top, AJ, who do you think earned an inspiration this session?
I think my vote will go to Dooch today, both for the wonderful kill as well as the extensive seduction.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I shouldn't be watching that conversation.
Class, who do you vote for? What did you like?
I'm gonna go with Joe, just for the sheer like banter. For like the 7 charisma is played really well for
That's
just
me in
everybody.
real life.
Yeah,
Just natural.
just constantly just.
Just the worst possible thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Where are your servants? Well, I mean, we got these two. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Dooch, what did you like? Who gets your vote?
I'm giving it to Richard. For his little flashback thing and playing along with that, and just how adamant he's about, like, yo, talking magic items never end well. Do not listen to it. The fucking all of it. Loved it. Loved it.
No.
I mean, that's fair. It's a fair reaction. Keysby, who do you vote for? What did you like?
I'm going to give it to Dooch for seducing a crown, and B, he's going to need inspiration when the crown tries to take over his brain, so...
You're not wrong.
It's fine.
It's just an artifact. It's fine. What's it gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Pen.
I'm gonna give it to Richard for his sheer displeasure with this crown, because I want to put it on so badly, and I respect you so much for wanting to do everything in your power not to have someone put it on, because all I want to do is find a reason to justify putting this crown on, but there is none.
Out of character, I'm like, man, there's gonna be a moment where something's gonna go wrong, and it's gonna feel real good to put this crown on.
I would like to think that thing that is lumbering over the tree line with an axe that's taller than the trees might be a good enough reason.
We can
We might not have
retreat.
seen this yet. We might be able to skedaddle.
We can retreat.
Yeah.
Okay. So our votes. It's a tie between Zed and Richard, which means both Zed and Richard get an inspiration point.
Very nice.
Richard.
My first D&D in weeks. I appreciate it so much.
And now,
You were
before I let you go, this campaign we've had a few sessions together, and I figured this would be a good time for some roses and thorns. So, the roses, about this campaign, what do you guys like? What are you excited about? Is there anything that you are stoked about every time, or, just makes you happy?
Go first.
Go ahead.
I love the looming threat of death at every session. I feel like a lot of the time when I'm playing D&D, like, I'm not even really worried. Like, there's always going to be a chance to come back, and it just kind of takes the edge off of it. And, like, I love my characters in other games, but it's cool to die sometimes.
Real. This shit is real.
And, sometimes you're like, that was terrible, but it was awesome. That was memorable. I'm always going to remember that experience and that death. And I get to play a new character.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
actually like the fact that there's such a high likelihood of death, because that's so rare in a 5e system.
You signed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't pull
think
any punches.
I think I said it in my review too, but it was very much just like, yeah, no, I like the dark, I like the gritty. Like, I came up in like AD&D and like 3.0, where life was a little cheaper for D&D characters.
Yeah. Yeah. 5e is much easier to coddle players in 5th edition. And
Yes.
the specific point of this campaign is, I'm not coddling you.
Yeah.
If that fight had gone a little bit more south, for those of you that don't know, a cadaver collector is CR 14. That one,
What was this for? I'm like, we're gonna fucking die.
it was injured a bit, but you basically managed to nuke it before it could really start dumping paralyzing breaths on you, which is
I mean,
terrifying.
one paralyzing breath took me out of the whole.
One more
fight.
turn, and it was probably a TPK. There's a good chance.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't going to pull the
Yeah.
punch, but you guys managed to
No.
take it
Also,
out.
do we level up? I'm just wondering.
Force damage, baby.
Yeah.
You did not level up, no.
We killed off CR14.
I'm very proud of you. This is not an XP-based game. There are side effects of that. Okay. Thank you for that, Rose. Are there any others that anybody wants to shout out before we move on to Thorns?
She very much touched base on that. The very constant looming threat of every decision we make down to, do you decide to use your gun? Do you decide to use your cannon? That puts a really cool aspect, because most encounters in the other games are, you can do whatever you want, and for the most part it's that combat and you're in the clear, unless you're in like a town or something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact of, you have two people that have guns, and it's like, do I actually want to use my gun, or is more fucking undead just gonna come here? That is super cool, to where it adds another layer of risk management, just decision consequence. I really enjoy that very much. So I love combat in D&D, and this brings it alive for me very much so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Last call for roses before we dive into thorns.
I gotta think on thorns. This is gonna take a minute.
I have one for thorns.
Well, I'll just quickly call out that Echo, thank you for taking time to put our group together, finding random folks to play D&D with, could be hit or miss, and I'm really enjoying the entire group and the teamwork.
I'm pretty
and
careful
I know,
about
yeah,
who I
so
let at the
I really
table.
appreciate that.
Cool.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and I'm really enjoying playing with everybody. So
Good.
No.
I will preface that I'm not a random person.
It's true.
To Echo, but
I mean, you're random to me, so
that's
I will
true.
also point out that I have friends that I do not invite to my D&D tables, because
Yeah.
I know they would not be a comfortable fit for my players.
I feel honored now.
Aw.
I agree with that statement. I have some friends that are still a little weird.
To be fair, Dude, you were random at one
I
point.
was. I found their group randomly, the session, a few days before their session 0 on SVG, and I've literally only played D&D with them since.
And then you
They're-
moved into our Discord.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Thorn. Ben, you had a thorn for me.
Yeah, we only play every other week.
Yeah.
Shut up!
I'm serious.
I could do every Monday.
We have a Monday campaign rotating with this.
Yeah.
Tony Paisano, come on.
What if we played both?
I would
And I
die.
just,
My
just
girl-
skipped work on Monday.
My girlfriend would leave me.
Yeah.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay, are there
Okay.
any real thorns that I can do something about?
Give me that demon to talk
The-
to more.
See, the thing is, for most people, these random consequences, the harshness of it could be a thorn to certain people, but I appreciate that. So,
I love
all
it.
those
Yeah,
things
we
that
all
makes the
thought
game...
that out.
Yeah, all the things that make the game more difficult that some people may be a big turn-off from, I thoroughly enjoy.
Okay. So the
Like-
point of roses and thorns is things that I can change to make it better.
I guess we have nothing.
I'm glad to hear that you guys are really loving the campaign. That's a great sign to me. It means I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But if you guys think of a thorn, or anything that could be changed, or anything that doesn't feel quite as real, please let me know. Okay?
Make Foundry less
So-
jank.
Yeah.
I would. So one thing I'm thinking is I'm excited that we're finally we're going to It sounds like, right, if I'm understanding the plot, we're gonna get to talk meet up with larger army folks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I realized as we were talking to the crown, I was like, oh, I have no idea. Are is everybody cool with the army? Are we all just good rule followers? Is there discord?
Well, one of us is a
with...
criminal forced into service.
yeah, but is there discord because this has been a generation or two at least of war now? So I realized that I had a lot of that background, the background of the entire world and whatnot. But I'm excited to get a little better understanding of the
Sure,
army that I'm
yeah.
fighting for.
Well, for some context, your country's been at war against the dead for about 700 years now.
Yeah.
It's a 1,000-year war.
Yeah.
It's a
We can
hell of a
RP
thing.
and we can RP in game how we feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
And
anybody
it-
else is feeling that way. I was just
Yeah.
oh, I don't actually know how I'd respond to this crown because I don't know if I'm just yep, I'm going to do what the army says, or how anybody feels about that.
Sure.
I feel like I personally have a very solid grasp on the history of Echo's world.
You've been playing in it for 3 years.
4 years, 3 or 4 years. Yes. So
I'm glad that
I
that
get your
question
point.
comes up because I want you to explore it. Okay.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you all for playing with me tonight. I had a really good time. To all of our viewers at YouTube, there's probably like 2 of them. We
it's
love
me.
you. We love you.
Bye,
And
Internet.
we'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow, Ben, at work.